Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to your regularly scheduled programming. We're back this week with your next episode, and it's getting pretty spicy. I mean, we ended the last one with some people unconscious, a little combat happening, so I'm gonna let y'all hop right into it. But I gotta ask first, all right, if you could sub for the boy, all right? It's free, it doesn't cost you nothing. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I respond to what I can, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.
Okay, I guess to briefly summarize what happened last time. Blah blah blah. Lily tried to make friends with the necromancer. The necromancer tried to kill everyone. You guys beat him with the help of Buffer Light Eye, with a fairly close fight. It was a close one, but a good one. And yes, Axel did in fact end up spending the night with Rachel Sokolov, and we'll see how that goes.
No way. What's
I
the
don't
last
like
name?
the way you said that.
I forgot the last name.
Sokolov.
Sokolov.
Oh, that's funny.
Do you get the reference? Maybe not. All right. If there's other things, I'm sure other things happened last session, but yeah, it's very exciting when you spend the night with someone. We get it, Axel.
Oh my god. It's not like that.
The only Sokolov I know is the piano guy.
But yeah, those were the main things that happened last session. I'm sure there were other things that happened, but we'll figure it out.
We'll come to those conclusions in a bit.
So, at the end of the combat encounter, as I recall, we ended it like right as it ended. Lily is low HP but up. Buffer's unconscious but stable, or at least, he's not actively dying anyway. Enoch Fetterman, I'm not sure who got the last hit.
I believe Vera.
I think it was Vera. I don't know if you were intending to go lethal on that or not. If you were intending to go lethal, I'll probably give him death saves, but I mean, you guys kind of have him at your mercy at the moment. So I'll say for the moment he is unconscious and stable unless you say otherwise. Yeah, what would you guys like to do?
I would like to stabilize Noir with the whole spare the dying nonsense.
Okay. You can go ahead and make a mana control check.
Oh, mana control, where are you? There you are. Found him.
Okay.
Starting off strong.
You reach out to stabilize Noir with your spell that you've used effectively before on Buffer Light Eye, and I think maybe someone else. You reach out to Noir, though, and the magic is sort of... you find that it isn't effective because Noir is already stable.
Oh.
You're not entirely sure why. Noir was beaten pretty badly by Enoch. He was hit with I think it was the bad blood spell, which made him cough up or poison his blood, basically. You'd imagine that would leave more of an impact, but Noir just appears to be unconscious as opposed to dying.
I can't move my characters. Is that like am I the only one having that
It's a
problem?
new feature. It's a new feature. You just...
Oh, the game's paused.
There you
It's
go.
unpaused. Okay. Well, I would like to, can I pick... Okay, I guess Lily knows exactly where he is somehow. All right.
Where Noir is?
Yeah, well, isn't he knocked
That's
out?
a good
Can't you
point.
only...
With Noir
I was-
knocked out, you are blind still. I mean, you have your tremor sense.
I was gonna pick him up and give him to you, but I guess you just magically know the way.
I have tremor sense. Okay. I know where I'm going.
Yeah, I suppose for a small place like this where he knows where everything is. He spent a fair amount of time in this. I'll say Lily's fine for that.
Lily would like to make sure Noir is not
Sorry, can you repeat that? Make sure Noir's not what?
Oh God.
Yeah,
Lily?
his internet has been struggling a bit, so this may be it.
Oh, okay.
Same seas. Okay, well, I have no more spell slots, so I can't heal worse shit.
Spell
Oh,
slot,
yeah.
schmell slot, you know what I mean?
Can I take a glance at Buffer? How's he doing? Does he look like... He looks stable, right?
Sure, you can make a medicine check if you'd like.
Medicine.
Check up.
Yeah, not as good.
Couldn't worse.
So medicine is with intelligence, not wisdom, but that's okay. So that would be a 10 for you, which will amount to the same thing. You briefly give Buffer a checkup. He looks kind of like he did before. There's symptoms of what do you call it? Exhaustion and straining themselves to the point of unconsciousness. Yeah, like he's breathing heavily. His face is flush with sweat. And yeah, he is definitely unconscious, not sleeping.
Okay. Oh, does that tell me if I need to do spare the dying on him or not to stabilize him?
You were able to do that last time. It did require a mana control check, as that was a little bit beyond the normal boundaries of that spell.
Okay. Can I do that again?
Sure. You make a mana
Mana
control check.
control. Oh, wowsies. Two in a row.
With an 11, I'll say his breathing improves slightly. However, he is still definitely unconscious, not sleeping.
Okay. What if I try again?
You try again to the same effect.
Okay. All right. I'll sit him
Lily-
up against the boxes in a more comfortable position and head back
Okay.
here.
Lily, you said that you were going to do something with Noir.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, Lily would like to make sure Noir's he didn't fall in an uncomfortable position or anything, is what I was saying. And I would hold him in my lap and do I believe it's a minute of bringing him back. I think that's what the time is. Let me check.
Okay, that's an ability that you have?
It's like the Beast Heart thing. To bring him back to full. If he were to die or something. He's like stable, but there's like a big failure.
Let's see. Oh, well, you can. So, you can spend 1 minute. Okay. Yeah, I see it. So yeah, you can do that. You focus on Noir's sort of, you're linked to Noir and the sort of spiritual energy that flows back and forth between you two. After a minute of that, Noir does pop back up at full HP, it looks like. However, you do gain 1 level of exhaustion as a result.
Yeah.
Is there an exhaustion condition? Doesn't look like it. Weakened, maybe? I don't know.
Frightened.
Whatever. We can remember that you have 1 thing of exhaustion at the moment. Noir, however, pops back up, sort of shakes off what the flakes of blood were still on his fur, and looks over at you and opens his real mouth and gives you like a long lick.
I hug him. I embrace him for a bit. I don't know if Vera was doing something. Didn't want to interrupt that one.
Well, I was gonna ask you. I kind of like kick Enoch a little lightly with my foot, and I'm like, so, what are we doing about this one?
Oh, I have the perfect solution.
It doesn't include death.
No. Maybe.
Oh my god.
Lie.
Oh my
Maybe?
God. You don't want to kill him?
What? I do.
Uh-huh.
I do want to kill him.
Great. Okay, great. Spit it out already. What's your idea?
Do you not hear me?
No,
No, well-
we hear you.
Okay.
I think so.
Well, I would like Noir to kill
Mhm.
me.
You want Noir to kill him? Lily.
I said yes.
Oh,
Okay. There you are.
Alright, hold on. I'll be okay. Hold on.
Okay.
I feel like it's every other sentence that we get.
Yeah.
He's now feeling the pain I went through that one time.
Yeah, seriously.
That's weird.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess we already got all the information out of him, I think. I kind of want to know who his master is, though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't recall specifically what he told you guys, but I do remember he told you that he, or at least he claimed not to be related to or have much knowledge of the Red Lotus, the serial killer that you're hunting.
Yeah. Yeah, and he also said that I asked him if Lilith was his master, and he said no. So, unfortunately. But who knows if he's telling the truth?
Could we find some of this like strong cable and tie him up with this over here?
Yeah, sure. I'll say whoever's doing that can make a sleight of hand check. So I suppose Lily, since you're the one who suggested. Oh, you have disadvantage with that roll, however, because of your exhaustion. That's like the one thing that one level of exhaustion does. Is it's disadvantage on ability checks. Okay, so even with that though, you managed to take the fairly unwieldy cable, definitely not designed for this sort of thing, but you thoroughly tie up his arms in the back. You get the sense that like
And his legs.
Okay, and his legs. You get the sense that like with enough time and effort, he could probably get out of it. Like the cable just isn't designed to hold someone like that for extended periods. However, it would take him like quite a while, so you would have at least time to.
Could I tie his mouth too?
Mm,
Could I gag him so he doesn't scream?
uh,
Could I use a cloth from here?
Yeah, I would say yeah. You can stuff some like gag in his mouth, I suppose. That would.
Perfect. And then I
Oh,
would like
Lily's in too.
And then Noir, shut up. And then Noir doing, just 'cause he has an ability with lava spittle. Could he start dripping lava and/or fire on top of him to wake him up?
Sure. All of Noir, go ahead and make a mana control check.
Oh, if this is to keep him alive, I mean, I'll really need to make it. There you go.
Okay. So Noir does manage to sort of keep the temperature such that it isn't actually like, actively wounding and killing him, but it is painful and irritating enough that he does wake up. His eyes sort of flutter open.
Oop.
That's always
Yeah, with his he doesn't attempt to say anything, as he does have the gag in his mouth. He just sort of looks up at you and glares.
I'm poking his like cheek. I have pulled down the cowl, so Vera can take a look at what he.
Yeah. So as I think I described him before, but he's about like 18, 19-year-old, sort of skinny, pale-looking guy.
Vera looks at him and is like, "What on earth? He's just some brat."
He glares very happily at Vera.
I keep very aggressively poking his face while lava is spilling down on him.
Okay, so Vera crouches and all right. Well, you might as well answer some questions for us since you're in this situation.
Bonjour, bonsoir. Sleepy time is over.
I mean, he doesn't respond. He does have the gag in his mouth still.
Oh,
Correct.
he still has that.
Correct.
Okay. I guess Vera kind of lowers it a bit. Does he say anything?
He says, if that dwarf hadn't come in, I would have all three of you dead.
Uh-huh. Was that your plan from the beginning then?
No, I was willing to give Miss Lily here a chance, but
What did
after
I do
speaking with you,
What did I do to not deserve one?
it wasn't so much you, it was your friend. I couldn't trust her. She was more valuable dead than alive.
You weren't planning to kill me from the beginning?
No, like I said, if things had gone differently, we could have all had what we wanted out of this relationship here.
Well, listen, sweetie. You could not look more suspicious if you tried. What did you expect from me? You're wearing a black cloak.
I was about to commit a massive robbery. I didn't want to go advertising my identity around.
Oh, goodness. I turn to Lily and I go, all right. Oh,
Um,
actually, I don't think I asked this, because he had the gag in. So, who's your master? I'm quite curious about that.
I don't know his name. I only refer to him as Master. And I should warn you, and it's wise that you've kept me alive thus far. If I perish, his vengeance will be swift and absolute.
Ray, you don't know the name of the person you serve. Okay.
Names
you-
give power. He is not willing to give power to those who might be a threat to him. And he sort of puffs his chest out a little bit, like I might have been if I had been successful in this venture.
are you threatening me with death, Mr. Futterman?
No, I'm merely telling you what will happen if you kill me.
Ah, perfect. Do you fear death by any chance?
Uh, he like tries to look
As
confident.
I was like, with a 17-2, could Noir start increasing the intensity of the burning?
Sure. Yeah. Enoch is like trying to like sort of struggle and get away from it, but Noir just sort of like takes a step forward and keeps on. Um, so he grimaces and grits his teeth. He says, "I know more about the difference between life and death than most. So no, death doesn't hold the same terror for me that it does for others. That said, the reason it doesn't is because I know that if I die, something will be made of me, one way or the other. I can't say the same for you two, as Outworlders."
I would like to ask Noir my question of the day, since it is like 5 a.m. the next one.
I love Noir question of the day.
Noir question of the day: if I were to kill him, good or bad?
Solid question. Solid question.
One
I
to
mean,
10, how
I'm gonna
bad
have to ask a little bit, like, what's your definition of good and bad? Like, what outcome are you looking for Lily here? And yeah, what's Lily's like ideal outcome?
One where she doesn't die, preferably.
Okay.
Okay. Let me be more specific to actually get a good one out of this. If
Okay.
she kills him, is her life in
Jeopardy.
like
In jeopardy.
in jeopardy? Yeah, like severe, like severe jeopardy. I imagine he's not like completely alone, so then maybe there's some retribution. But yeah, it is like big jeopardy time if he
Okay.
dies.
I will point out with the limitation of Noir's question of the day is it's like within the next 30 minutes or whatever. So like, yeah. So if something bad would happen in the next 30 minutes if you killed this guy, that would be basically the question that would be asked there.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Okay.
I think it's a
All
solid
right.
use.
So with that, Noir gives what is it? What's all right? So you're asking, is it good or well? I guess you're asking if I kill this man, will I be in jeopardy within the next 30 minutes or whatever?
Yeah.
I suppose worded in such a way that it's like a yes or no question. So Noir gives the appropriate number of meows, which I will not look up right now because I'm busy. And the answer is no, your life would not be in immediate jeopardy in the next 30 minutes if you killed this guy.
I see.
Good enough for me.
I point at Noir and goes, he does not think that we are in jeopardy if I kill you, Monsieur.
Enoch sort of shifts uncomfortably and says, "And what would a freak hellhound cat hybrid thing know about it?"
Ooh, I would not call him that. He is very sensitive. As Noir starts opening like the mouth between like I guess at this point like his chest and his like upper legs, and starts drooling, being fire again, in anticipation.
Yeah, Enoch does like squeal a little bit and try to squirm away once more. He squeals, whatever tortures you inflict on me, I will be sure to inflict twice on you in my undead form.
Listen, sweetie, if you want, you can live depending on how useful the information you give us is.
True.
He glares over at Vera and he says, What information do you want?
Well, start talking.
He looks at you and slowly shakes his head. He says, I have no guarantee that you'll let me live, in which case I've betrayed my master. He'll know that, and in my coming life, or unlife, as it is, I will not be granted that if he knows that I betrayed him. The only way I would give you information is if I was guaranteed to survive this encounter.
I look over to Lily, kind of gauging her. How bloodthirsty is she looking right now? Are you and Noir?
Nora and I we have a very wide smile on our faces.
A smile that wants death, correct?
Whoa. I mean, insight check, you don't know that.
Can I actually roll an insight check?
Yeah.
Okay,
Go for
great. I get nothing. Okay.
No.
Let's say I think
It's
it's
not a really funny joke, that's all.
Yeah.
God. Lily, I want to know more information. I'm not sure how you and Noir are feeling over there, but I don't quite care whether he lives or dies, but I also don't want his whoever coming after us. We already have enough people coming after us.
Lily sighs. It
And that's
depends.
just
It
One
depends if
more variable, you know, on top of the many we already have.
it depends if the information is valuable.
I turn back to Enoch. Well,
I don't get the sense that lying would be advantageous in my position. I already told Lily when we initially met that I don't have any particular information on the Red Lotus. I was unaware of them until I overheard you all talking about them in your room. I could, I suppose, provide any necromantic knowledge that I possess, and I possess quite a bit. I may be willing to divulge secrets about my master. If for no other reason, then I'm confident that should you attempt to use this information against him, he'll be more than capable of taking care of himself at that point. Other than that, I don't know what knowledge you want from me.
Perfect. So, how do we summon and control the ghosts?
oh my god, of course.
Enoch glares over at you, and he says, well, first of all, you need a fair amount of spirit mana. I was hoping to gather it off of Vera, and I used my last in that fight to summon those last two. You activated the ones from earlier, wasting a fair amount of my supplies.
And then how do we control them?
He lets out a long sigh, and he says, they're apparitions. They respond strongly to emotion. When the combat began, I directed all my hatred and anger towards you three, or four, I suppose, and they responded in kind.
Perfect. And the ritual circles, they are the same every time?
He shakes his head. No, of course not. Things change based off of position, based on the surrounding mana, the different compositions. Listen, this isn't... necromancy is not an exact science, but it is a science. It takes years to learn and more to master.
And is your master a one of the demigods and or gods of this world, or is he just a strong necromancer?
He is a strong necromancer. We who ply the undead, there are certain patrons that we could appeal to, but they tend to be fickle in their dealings. We prefer to rely on our own strength. It's one thing that the Emperor's got right in this land. You can't rely on the Empyreans.
Told us that he wanted to rob this train, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Well,
and...
extract a ransom, more specifically.
Okay. Okay. And you and your master are desperate enough for money that you were going to do this whole ransom deal?
He squirms a little bit. He says, Well, no. My intent was to provide my master with a gift so that I could get back into his good graces. We had a bit of a falling out, so to speak.
Then why would he be upset if I killed you? You slipped up, my bonjour, Fetaman.
Yeah, Enoch looks over at you and says, "Well, I don't know that for a fact, I suppose, but he'll know once my spirit returns to him that I've been loyal, and well, you don't want to risk it in any case. He's very powerful."
Aw.
Your spirit.
All right, well, great. And tell me, do you have any useful information on the people on this train? Anything. You must have something, considering how sneaky you've been these past few days.
My sneaking about has been for the purpose of holding this train hostage. I've been setting up rune symbols, gathering spirit mana, things like that. I haven't been interacting with individuals.
You've just been in that room for the past few days.
Correct. For the most
Oh
part.
my
Like I
God.
said, I've been sneaking out to do things, but other than that.
Oh my god, we'll never get a clue on this case. Alright, well, Mr. Enoch, Fetterman, whatever. What do you think we should do with you, huh? How do we know that you're not going to turn on us the second our backs are turned?
Enoch looks thoughtful for a moment. He says, well, for one thing, as I said, those were the last of my phantoms. I could eventually summon more, but I'd need to collect more spirit mana, which takes time that I don't have at this point. I wouldn't be so confident in taking all of you on my own after this encounter, particularly with that cleric, although it looks like he's tuckered himself out. I don't know how permanent that may or may not be. That said, I don't see a big advantage of continuing with my original plan. I think I'll get off at the midway point and find my own way, come up with some other idea, some other plan. If you're worried about me taking vengeance, I have no particular interest in that. You're Outworlders. Frankly, it's a bit embarrassing that I was caught at a place like this in the first place.
Outworlders have a reputation, huh?
He nods, particularly ones that are fresh off the boat, so to speak.
What was that you mentioned? A midway point?
Yes, tomorrow we'll be stopping at the fueling station. Did you not know that?
No, naturally.
Well, I will take advantage of that, assuming that I'm alive at that point, to get the hell off of this train.
Hudson, what day is it? Wait, where's the calendar?
You can check your calendar. It's a wonderful little calendar.
Shit, I don't remember how to open that thing.
It's like alright, so it's the thing on the left and then it's under journal notes, and then it's the thing at the bottom of that simple calendar. But to answer your question,
Today's the 5th. God
today's
damn.
the 7th. The 7th of Leaf. The month of Leaf, that is.
Okay, but I'm just making. Oh, this is the 3rd day we've been on this train.
Well, technically, this is happening like in the morning, so this is the 4th day, but I mean, yeah, you guys had just finished your 3rd day.
Cool. All right. Well, that's good to know, I guess. Honestly, I don't really have much else to ask you. I mean, you can't quite provide any more useful information to us, it seems.
Nothing that would help with your immediate problem, as far as I can tell.
I look over to Lily. Well, I mean,
Actually,
I'm done with him if you are.
I
What?
might have something else to offer you, now that I think about it.
I'm
Oh,
listening.
a good choice. I was going to start breaking your legs.
Oh my god.
Right.
Violent French girl.
So, if I give you... I believe I might be capable of giving you a gift. Based off of your performance in that combat, I'm guessing that your mana stones within you are not very well activated. They might be, in fact, only barely activated. I might be able to provide you with mana crystals that will enhance your mana stones. Not too much, but enough to make you a little bit more effective in combat.
Alright, and how would we utilize these mana crystals?
You would touch them, let the mana flow within you.
Just touch him, bro.
Just touch it, bro.
I would need to let loose, however. I would need to gather the ambient spirit mana from the spirits. Their forms have been destroyed, but the mana lingers at least for a short time. So it would need to be soon, in the next 30 minutes, I would say.
Well, I like the sound of that, and honestly, in the shape you're in now, I don't really see him as much of a threat.
He looks over at Lily.
Where are the mana crystals, monsieur?
He says, in my left jacket pocket. They won't help you now, though. They're empty. Like I said, I would need to gather the ambient mana.
In terms of other items you may have that are helpful to us?
He says, you've used most of the items that I had with me. There were other mana crystals that I possessed that I've already used in the formation of these other ritual circles.
May
I don't have any other items of particular note.
May I roll an insight check to make sure that he's being honest?
Sure.
With
Can
advantage?
Axel?
Can Axel do something?
well, no. Can I like whisper in the ears of my teammates through mental connection?
Metagame, I suppose.
For very meta. Okay, I was just gonna say we could at least ask about the pocket watch and see if he knows anything. It's unlikely, but I think it's worth an ask.
Who has the pocket watch? Doesn't Axel?
Axel does, I believe. He put it in his inventory, I think. With a 16, though, you get the sense that he's not really telling the entire truth. He's trying to keep something for himself.
Yeah, I don't even weigh that much. Well, I guess Nar will do it. It's fine. He's a bit more intimidating at the moment. Nar will put a paw on his chest. The paw also on fire, so I guess a stronger fire than what has been dripping on him.
Mr. Fetterman, we can tell you're not being honest with us.
Putting a strong paw on his chest, in risk of breaking a couple ribs there.
I don't like that deceiving look on your baby face, Mr. Fetterman.
Monsieur Fetterman, you cannot lie. We have the ability of our beautiful friend Vera here. She's very good at telling lies. Or very good at telling when people lie.
He grimaces and he says, "Oh, all right, fine. Just get your damn dog off me."
Noir does take the paw off the chest.
He squirms a little bit. He says, "Fine, I do have a sizable amount of gold coins that I do possess.
Transfer it over. All of it, Mr. Fetterman. Quickly now."
I'm willing to transfer for over 75%. I need the rest to make a decent shot of getting to someplace safe.
All right. I mean,
Otherwise, there's no point in this.
All right. 75%. Sounds good for me.
Do we know how much health he has? I know we could probably do the math.
I mean, just one, right? Or are you saying
I
in
mean,
total?
he's looking.
No. I mean, like, in total.
Oh, in total? You can make a. I'm okay with either perception or tactics. Either one of those. Okay. I appreciate the disadvantage as well, because you are exhausted. With a 13 though, I'll say you would estimate between 33 and 47, somewhere in that range.
Okay. Well. Okay, never mind then. It doesn't work out as nicely as I intended. Okay, 75%. Throw in the mana crystals. I'd say that is worth your life and the ability to walk.
And the promise I will never see your face again until you get off.
He says, that is an oath I'm perfectly happy to take. That said, he will. Are you? Well, he'll go and make an insight check for Lily because he does not trust her. All right.
Valid.
Well, I mean,
I love how the table.
well, if you're lying, go ahead and make a deception check.
No. Lily would, I would say, if anything, wants to see him again after this
Okay.
train fiasco.
All right. Enoch slowly nods and he says, "Fine, it's a deal then. Like I said, I'll need to have my hands free first of all to make the trade, and second of all to do the rituals to collect the mana."
What are the cables made out of?
They're probably made out of like maybe not steel, but like some sort of iron.
Wow, that injured him too much. All right, I will untie at least his arms if you're okay with it.
Yeah.
I need to be able to move around. The mana isn't all in one spot. You can keep track of me. I don't mind you escorting me, but I do need to move.
Fine. I untie his legs as well.
Okay. He stands up and sort of brushes himself off. He says, "All right. Well, first things first. Which one of you would like to keep the gold?" And he reaches out an arm.
I reach out my arm.
Okay. He offers a trade of 125 gold.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay. He lets the arm fall, and he reaches into his jacket and pulls out two sort of clear-looking crystals. He puts one of them in each hand and begins he closes his eyes and begins like walking around very slowly, like very intentionally, clearly trying to find where he wants to go. Okay, so he is fairly successful as he slowly makes his way around the entire storage cabin here. What you assume is collecting mana. The mana crystals glow brighter and brighter as time passes. I'll say this takes about 10 minutes. I don't know if there's anything in particular you guys want to do in that time other than observe him and make sure he's not doing anything underhanded.
I would like to. Noir and Lily would be observing him and making sure he's not doing anything underhanded.
Hey, how do we feel about one more mana control check, huh? Hudson? Huh?
Vera walks over and attempts to use Spare the Dying again on Buffer Light Eye to no effect. At the end of the 10 minutes, he shakes his head. He says, "All right. This should be enough for the two of you, and possibly for the third member of your group. I'm not entirely sure. You'll have to. Well, I would suggest that each of you touch one of them, and then with your third companion, if you wish it, he would touch both of the crystals at the same time to try to take whatever is remaining." And he reaches out. He sort of hands, or well, he offers the crystal in each hand. He says, "All you need to do is touch it."
Noir, if sorry, Monsieur Fetterman, will anything be happening to us abnormally?
He sort of frowns. He says, "Listen, I'm not an expert on Outworlders. You're the first I've ever met. I know of you from my studies, and I know that your mana or the mana stones within you require stronger mana from outside to improve themselves. I don't know what the details are and how exactly that process works."
Well, all right. I happily go to touch one, and right before I get anywhere near close to it, Noir, if anything happens, feel free to have breakfast.
Noir opens his second mouth and licks his second lips. All right, so Lily, do you touch the crystal?
Yeah, I would like to mana sense it first to see if it's I don't know, malicious or something. Granted, I don't know exactly what that is, so I'm more than.
Sure. No, that's fine. Go ahead and make a mana sense check. Okay, 14. I feel like even with the disadvantage, you're just rolling pretty well.
Yeah.
Okay. So you do sense that all right. So Lily's thing is. So you do get kind of that lack of warmth sense that you sensed before related to like the undead creatures. Um, you don't get the fabric of the mana, so to speak, isn't like rough or anything like that though. It is smooth. Uh, so
to be more good about a bit better for what I'm asking description wise, it's sewn together in a way that like makes sense and doesn't have a thread that might be out of place. You know?
Okay. Yeah.
That
that's good.
that's like that's not supposed to be there, and it's definitely like maliciously not supposed to be there.
Okay. No, you don't sense anything like that. It does appear to be like one complete cloth, so to speak.
Okay, I touch it.
Okay. So go ahead and make a mana control check. Vera, are you touching yours, or are you waiting to see what happens to Lily?
This event finally got me. Yeah.
Rip. Okay. So Lily, you do feel the mana as it surges within you. I'll say go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw. To give it a little more context, the mana control check, you try to like stop the flow and have it be in a more orderly manner, but it does sort of reach into you all at once. So Lily, you like have this like deep gasp, like you just came up from being underwater for several minutes. As you're sort of panting, you stumble backwards and catch yourself on one of the crates. Like I said, it feels like you've just been through major exercise experience, but you do retain consciousness as you feel that your powers have improved somewhat. So let's do this real quick. Boop. Boop. Actually, I'll let you do this because it involves choices. You can go ahead and put your beast heart level to level 2 and make the appropriate there.
Peepo Pog.
Vera, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna touch the stone. Mana
No
control
way.
check.
You
gonna
can
touch
make a
some of
mana
that?
control check.
So unpredictable.
Okay. So you feel the mana sort of surging inside of you. You're unable to stop it. Fully not estimating exactly how it would feel. Go to make a Constitution saving throw.
That's so funny. Y'all rolled the same exact thing.
Ayo. I get knocked out on my
Yeah. With a 9, Vera, the mana, you feel it flowing within you, and you are knocked unconscious.
Ooh.
Leaving Lily awake and aware with only herself, Noir, and Fetterman. Fetterman looks at you, Lily, and says, "Hey, I don't know. I think she's fine. She just looks like it took a little bit out of her. It wasn't my fault."
I started giggling gleefully, feeling the new surge of power. Oh no, Mr. Fetterman, you have earned more than your life with this, huh?
He sort of tilts his head uncertainly as to whether or not this is gonna be a good or a bad thing.
I start slowly, I guess, and chuckling maniacally, as I feel this newfound power. Let me move all my stuff. Hold on. Yeah, I guess I start chuckling maniacally and go, oh, perfect. No, Mr. Fetterman, even with this, I did not think you would be able to predict what has happened to me. Trying to be also a little deceptive as to the power increase to maybe intimidate him to take even less revenge, or even less desire for revenge.
Okay, you can make an intimidation check. I'll say so just normally because this is with advantage, but the disadvantage cancels it out.
Okay. Deception, right? Where is that? There it is.
Oh, I was gonna do intimidation.
Oh, intimidation.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I don't know what I got.
Okay.
Everything's covering my thing.
You got an 8.
Anything, that's fine.
He looks at you like he's not terribly intimidated, but he nods slowly, happy that you seem to be happy, which does mean that he's probably likely to live the next 30 minutes.
Yeah. Noir starts. Ooh.
Oh yeah, just to describe it a little bit, you feel this power first flow within you, and as you feel your own power increase, Noir just increases in pace as well.
Perfect. Ooh, I can switch Noir now. Fuck.
You can. I'll say this just for the purpose of this. At the end of the next long rest, you can change Noir.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of doing some description to try to intimidate him again, but with Noir this time.
Okay, that's fine.
Vera, also, you can increase your cleric level to level 2. It's under the features in your stat block there.
Okay. All right, Monsieur Fetterman. I will be, if you would do me the and Vera, from what I can tell, is knocked out cold, and so is Buffer, right?
Correct. Yes.
Perfect. Mr. Fetterman, indulge my curiosity for just a second now that it appears to be just be
Us two.
All right.
I know Vera was wanting some sort of oath or promise that you would never see us again. I would like you to omit me from that oath.
You want me to try to hunt you down?
No, I would just like to see you again.
He tilts his head. He says, "You are a very strange woman, aren't you, Lily? Are people from where you come from all like you?"
Well, the ones that are like me survive, and the ones that are not, well, they serve the ones like me.
All right. Very well.
Necromancy is a useful tool against the god of death, if you have one of those in this world. The knowledge that necromancy holds might be something that I am interested in.
All right. Fair enough. I will. My first priority is going to be getting back into my master's good graces. But after that, if I happen to hear that you're about, I'll attempt to contact you, I suppose.
I am not. I will fully admit I am not the smartest one out of the three of us, but I know we will need connections, and we will need we will need friends in this world. And, well, as much as slitting your throat and letting Noir eat you piece by piece sounds fun and quite enjoyable to me, to be honest. I'm just thinking about it, but I will not. I'm a woman of my word. That is deceiving, though, if he tries to make an insight check. I'll make a deception on that one. Regardless, Monsieur Fetterman, like I said, connections are important, and you seem to be a man that, we'll put it this way, might have just had a bad day.
I hope that that's the case. And I agree. I will admit the life of a necromancer usually isn't one, with many allies that they can rely on beyond those that they create for themselves. Very well, Lily. It seems that you are more open-minded than most in this world. Like I said, should I find the opportunity, I will contact you in the future.
Perfect. And then, again, my final ask, while it's still early in the morning, if you could help me carry these two back to their rooms, and that should conclude our business.
He snorts, being barely on his feet himself, as are you, but he nods. He says, "Fine, yes, I suppose we wouldn't want the staff to come across a bunch of what's happened here. In fact, I'd recommend after I leave, like I said, I'll be getting off at the midpoint, but I'd recommend cleaning up around here. There's still a fair amount of obvious signs of combat, at least to those who are trained to look for them." But yes, fine. Would you like me to get the woman or the dwarf?
Which one's obviously heavier?
Probably Buffer, unless Vera is like really big. I don't think Vera is that big.
She's thick as fuck. No.
She's thick as fuck, bro.
You can. Lily chuckles and goes, "You can take the dwarf."
He groans.
If I touch him, you might meet the same fate that you were about to meet.
He heads over, and the door, no longer being locked by the ritual that he conducted earlier, drags Buffer somewhat tenuously across the little railing there, but successfully. I'll say Axel, go ahead and make a perception check.
Nope, I almost did /R for how this works. Yes, sir.
Okay, never mind.
That's what I'm talking about.
So
Coming
Enoch
in
does,
strong,
drag
baby.
Buffer back to his room, making a fair amount of noise in the process, kind of unavoidably, as he's unable to just completely lift him up.
Listen, Axel's busy, alright? Don't worry about him.
Between Noir and Lily, you guys.
To be clear, they're not gonna carry Vera.
Oh, okay.
I'm too tired.
So Vera's just dragged as well.
No, not even that. Lily will like to knock on Axel's door.
Okay. Go ahead and make another perception check, Axel.
Okay. I was like, I don't know if I'd be asleep at this point, I presume.
I mean, I'm getting the impression that Axel's in a pretty deep sleep right now. He doesn't respond to the initial knock.
I zeroed and won, bro. I'm glad my rolls stay fucking consistent, dude. Holy shit.
Okay. Lily sighs. Maybe Rachel.
Oh no. She rolled twice? Oh no.
Okay. Well, it was for the one and then the next, because Axel got 2 rolls. So, okay. The door slides open just very, very slightly, just enough so you can see like her eye basically. Rachel. She looks at you and sort of like rubbing her eyes, clearly very sleepy. She says, Lily. Hi. Axel's asleep right now. Do you need something?
Wake him up, please.
Rachel sort of glances back and then over at you and sort of taking note of the damage that you've suffered. Like I said, like the bad blood stuff, it isn't like super obvious, but like it sort of creates like splotches on the skin basically where the blood was sort of boiling and poisoning you. And as she notices this, her eyes sort of widen. She says, are you all right?
Wake up, Axel, Rachel.
Rachel nods slowly and closes the door. Axel, you waken to Rachel sort of, hustling you a little bit, somewhat urgently.
Mm-hmm.
As you come to consciousness, she says, your friend's outside, Axel, Miss Lily, and she looks like she doesn't look good. She looks like she's been in some sort of fight or something.
I mean, with a 0 and a 1. Okay. Yeah, I guess in terms of this, I'm pretty groggy.
Rachel looks like very frightened at the moment. Like she is, like she doesn't know what's going on.
Okay. I would react to that then and kind of get him, be like, still like try to process what she's saying, like outside the door right now, like.
Rachel nods and she says, "I don't think it's morning yet. I don't know."
Okay, I mean, if it's serious, I'll go figure out what's wrong.
Quick aside of meta question: if an opponent is grappled, do range attacks gain advantage, as well as melee, or no?
No. So grappled is just it reduces your movement speed. Restrained does grant advantage to all attacks against them.
Okay, cool. Okay, sorry, go on.
But yeah, I'll give my little comment. Yeah, just slide over and open the door. Obviously more than Rachel did, but still like halfway. Just like what is wrong? What happened?
While you have been sleeping, we have been working to Rachel, do you not have a room to go to?
Rachel, who
Do you
is
say this kind of
currently
rudely?
in her
I was like,
nightgown,
Axel's not gonna like that.
she does she is pulling on like her dress right now. She blushes a little bit and says, "Yes, excuse me." And she quickly like rushes out, like fast but also quiet. Yeah. As she does sort of rush back to her room.
Yeah, rubbing my eyes. I'm like, hey, you don't get to just fucking barge in here and be an ass. What the hell is your problem?
I come in and close the door and show him the what I imagine is blisters next to like dried blood at this point of just blood bubbling under my skin.
Yeah.
You see this?
Yeah,
Do you see it? Do you have eyes on your head to see this?
All right.
Am I not the only blind one?
Okay, wow. So, first off, just woke up. Don't do this, because I don't give a fuck what you are. Second off, yeah, what the hell did y'all get into?
Okay. Lily is tired and has had not sleep. She will make a... Lily takes a breath, and goes, "Okay, I understand the circumstances. Follow me, please."
Can I just say the player initiative intelligence saving throws always scare the hell out of me. Like, I don't know what the failure is gonna look like.
Yeah, I just give a long sigh and just follow while I shut the door.
I point to Vera over there.
Why? I guess Vera doesn't look that beaten up, right? She's just unconscious.
Yeah, Bumper healed me.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I'll say like with the just in terms of the healing magic and stuff, there is evidence of like wounds and stuff, but it's like like they've gotten a couple days rest after that. So there's like healing scars. There are like still blotches, but they're not nearly as like intense as Lily's. Yeah, so you can tell that she's been in a fight, but she's okay now. Aside from the fact that she's unconscious, I guess.
Okay. I don't even know how. Okay. Yeah, I just kind of stand there and I'm like, what happened? You still have yet to say anything. What is going on right now?
Carry her to our room, and I will explain after.
Okay.
The ability to walk is fleeting me currently, Axel. Maybe once you're done courting every girl on this train, you could help us survive.
Yeah. My face does go beet red. But I do turn. I'm just like, okay, look, just because y'all get into some fucking shit doesn't mean I can't have my good times, all right? And secondly, you're not the fucking boss of me, all right? You just woke my ass up and rudely made my guests leave my room, all right? I'm more than willing to help y'all because clearly we're in some shit together, but fuck if you can't not be an ass about it.
Oh, one quick note, and Lily probably would have done this just to be sure. Enoch did give you the 2 crystals that he used for you and Vera. So you have the 2 crystals, Lily.
Yes, I have the 2 crystals, and I have them specifically in my personal inventory.
Sure,
Like
I
should
we clear that up.
I see, Axel. I see how I'm starting to understand a bit more. I see. Well, I will be going to my room if you could bring her there. Or not. I do not care.
I guess Axel waking up, will walk up and pick Vera up, and then carry her to the room.
I have to say, with
I can't move Vera, so someone else on the room, but continue.
I love how Axel was designed to be like kind of chaotic and like he's the one character that's like not getting into shit. You're out there calmly playing games and flirting with people.
You know how Vera.
So Axel brings Vera back to her bed, I suppose.
Yeah. I will set her down. I mean, obviously, are we just pretending we're all in the room right now? I suppose. Oh, I think he might have pee-pee poofed.
Rip.
Me?
Hey, I just
Oh,
want to
no,
make
he's here,
sure
okay.
you guys aren't hearing me cough, right?
No, you're good.
Excellent.
No.
I'm just making sure the muting's working.
The wonders of modern mic technology. Yeah. Yeah, is there anything that you guys like to do? I will say, like, everyone's pretty. This is like still like this is like 3 or 4 a.m. or something
Yeah.
like that. So everyone's pretty tired.
Yeah, I set Vera down. Being very careful with her because obviously she's unconscious. And I look at Lily. I'm like, okay, look, I understand y'all clearly got into some shit. All I'm asking for right now is an explanation. You can be, whatever. I get it. Just what happened?
I would be checking on her wounds if you could give us women some privacy.
Ooh. Okay. Axel, without saying anything, walks out the room, closes the door, just like somewhat calmly. Which room was Rachel's? Oh, her room is with her friend, isn't it?
Correctamundo.
Yeah, I don't want to bother both of them. Okay. I will go back to my room. And if I could, is there paper and or pen in here that I can use?
I'm trying to remember. I don't think so.
Not really.
Yeah. I guess there is. Rachel has left her Emperor's Gambit set there. And there is, like, you could write on the back of her little battle map that she made.
No, I wouldn't want to mess that up. Is there any is there like character sheet type things in there for the different things, or like a
No.
like a rule book or anything like that in there? No.
Nothing like that. She explained all that verbally.
Okay.
Hudson?
Yeah.
Last time you did imply that Rachel was dating that girl, but she's cheating on her with, Axel, right?
Kinda.
It seemed more like
I don't recall exactly what I said.
It was something along the lines of, like, they're not dating, although they're here as, like, a maybe, and Rachel wasn't feeling it. So
Yeah.
in the worst
Okay.
possible context, what she did is fucked up, but it's not technically cheating.
yeah. I was about to say I caught that vibe of like Rachel's
Okay.
friend is into her, but Rachel's not super into her.
You're trying to write a letter to give to Rachel, right? Slip it under her door in the room?
Yeah, as not to wake the friend up was the intention, but I mean, I can't find a piece of paper.
Oh, okay.
I was like, yeah, it was out of respect for the other person in the room was the concept here. I'm trying because it's still like 3 a.m. Okay, I not finding a piece of paper. I will walk over to her room. I was like, I assume I would remember which one it is, but I don't remember exactly which one it is.
Sure, yeah. It's this one here.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, that's that one.
Yeah, and I kind of whisper at the door like, Rachel. Do I get any response?
Just a second.
Okay. I was like, trying to be
Private-
extra quiet as to not wake anyone that's not awoken.
Private GM role. What
Oh,
a technology we have these days.
it's crazy.
It's amazing.
What a world we live in.
There's a small whisper returning on the other side of the door. Hello? Who's there?
Do I recognize the voice?
You can make a perception check.
Oh, you motherfucker.
I mean, there's a whisper through like a muffled door.
Yeah.
They're both female
Dude,
voices.
come on.
You're not sure.
Bro.
You have no idea.
It's Rachel. It's Rachel.
Oh, it's fucking 3 rolls in a row, man.
Hey, you go up a number each one.
Yeah, I would just thank you. Yeah, I'll eventually work my way up. I mean Axel is smart.
Assuring yourself that.
Well, yeah, because I'm trying to figure out what he would do in this situation, knowing he could have woken the other girl up. Yeah, assuming they asked who, he's assuming it's probably not her. Like, she would know. he'd just be like, "Oh, sorry, didn't mean to bother you. I thought it was someone else's room." And we'll start walking off. I mean, hopefully nothing else happens, but we'll see.
You can make another perception check if you want.
All right.
I mean, you can't roll any lower than you have already.
Is that a fucking challenge?
It is, and he succeeded.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna kill. This 4 in a row, man.
Yeah. So you head back to your room.
Yeah, I'll just go back to my room and then lay in bed, annoyed at literally this entire situation that was so good for Axel, and it all went to shit. So here we are.
All right.
I would like to give a quick overview of Vera. I know she's not doing like terrible, but without her waking up, I would like to check if she's okay.
Okay. You can make a medicine check.
Oh god, there's so many things on my screen. Hold on. There we go. Medicine check.
Hey, join the club.
How to do it?
He accidentally stabbed Vera.
Yeah. Like, because you have Noir like looking over it because.
Oh, does Vera wake up?
And Noir accidentally like drips a little bit of lava, like completely accidentally, and sort of singes Vera a little bit, and she like rustles in her unconscious state. Yeah, you're not sure. You get the sense, kind of like with Buffer, that she's not like dying or anything. She's not like in immediate danger of death, but she is in kind of a bad state. That's all you can get.
Okay. But in a deep sleep, considering that didn't wake her up.
Well, in a deep unconsciousness at least.
Yes. Yeah. Sleep is a rough term for that.
Yeah.
I sigh. Well, I'm not a doctor. I crawl up into my bed. The facades of the confident fresh girl slowly breaking as the damage is starting to take its toll. And I tried to stay up, but I don't, I guess, and just get some sleep, I guess, whether forceful or not.
Sure. All right. So the early morning hours tick by. I'll say Vera, go ahead and make another Constitution saving throw, and I'll do one for Buffer as well.
What does the help action do?
It gives advantage on a roll generally, either like a skill check or an attack roll or something like that. Yeah, I mean it depends on like the flavor of what you're doing to help them exactly. So it gives advantage on some sort of roll. Okay. Vera is doing a bit better. Still not completely out of her coma yet, but she is asleep. By the time you wake up, Lily, you find that Vera is sort of snoring peacefully as opposed to, being just unconscious. Axel, you wake up, still frustrated and probably emotional and annoyed.
Yes,
but
sir.
Since you didn't take any damage, I mean you're basically fine in terms of your physical condition at least. Yeah. Okay. Axel, you will have gotten up first by like a fair margin if you would like to do something in the morning hours here.
Well, I would just do the normal routine: get up, go to the breakfast hall, and then is Rachel there?
Rachel's not there.
Fuck.
The dining hall. Let's see who would be there right now. Sergeant Eater would be there. As would Michael Stark, if you'd like to talk to either of them.
Is there any way to like edit a creature's saving DC like custom without increasing wisdom?
Yeah, I believe so. Oh, why? Is the DC wrong?
No. Noir gains my DC. He stops using his. at
Oh,
level 2.
right. Yeah. I'd recommend just editing the like actual ability that uses the DC, and you can set the DC inside of like each ability. That's what I'd recommend.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
I will say, I mean, it's up to you. I'm willing to give you another long rest if you'd like, although this is technically a long rest. If you'd like to change Noir, you can. Noir's form, that is.
Yeah. If you want Axel to do his thing while I'm done fighting people.
Sure.
Bother him.
So Axel, I mean, like I said, Sergeant Eater and Michael Stark are the ones who are awake right now. If you'd like to talk to either of them.
No, Axel probably wouldn't talk to either of them at the moment because he's trying to comprehend what happened last night and like trying to piece together a puzzle. Did Lily ever at any point mention the like death guy prior to that moment to Axel? I don't think so. Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, we wrote notes under the.
Oh, that's right, and kind of mentioned him. Okay. I wouldn't have any reason to really think that's what happened. Yeah, I think he's just kind of trying to think of all possibilities. I think the only thing he would think is out of place is that Buffer is not there, because he is typically an early riser, right? Like, he's typically one to be there in the mornings, and...
Well, I mean, he was for the first 2 days, but then you guys started having him use his abilities, in which case he was
True.
not.
But yeah, using deductive reasoning, I feel like he could assume Buffer was doing something, otherwise he would probably be here. But past that, he's mostly just kind of eating breakfast and like trying to puzzle together with the limited information he has.
Okay. I'll say go ahead and make an intelligence check for Axel.
Okay. Intelligence. That is a check. Dude, fuck off, man. This is actually just getting stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I can give you anything.
Five. No, listen, 5 rolls in a row and I'm less than 5. I don't blame you.
Yeah. Well, I'll say Axel, like he's trying to figure out what's happened, but he's also kind of distracted with the whole Rachel situation. Dragon. Can you choose? Let's see. Is it like a particular color of dragon? Because that actually does matter.
Yes, I would like it to be the black acidic one.
Okay. All right. That's funny. Okay. Well, I'll let you do that. Let me know if I need to. I guess I'll need to link the two guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the icon change. That'd be it.
Right.
But yeah, once Axel finishes his breakfast, he would like to, I guess, walk back through. Is there anyone sitting in like the kind of main just sitting area?
This early in the morning, Endel and his little the girl with him. What's her name? I can't remember off the top of my head.
I don't remember, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, in any case, they're there.
Okay. Axel did take a small liking to the kid, so he'd probably just give him a little like good morning nod.
Sure. They say, oh yeah, I'll change the thing here. They report to you that they haven't seen anything suspicious.
Gotcha. Well, hey, thanks guys. Keep the lookout going.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, at that point he'd walk by. I do want him to stop by Rachel's room and just see if he hears anything in there, if people are in there or if they're like out moving around and he just doesn't know. He's not like ear to door trying really hard. It's more just something he's paying attention to as he walks by. So
okay. Yeah, you can go and make a perception check then.
Dun dun dun. Oh, there's something. Holy fuck.
Okay.
He makes up for his 5 fives.
Okay. Oh, a nat 20. All right. So you're listening like in the sleeping cabins or whatever.
Yes, that was my intention. Really, just to see if they're in there. I love that my nat 20 was for this because this wasn't a super important check for me, but here we are.
Yeah. You hear in the Kramer's room first of all, which is the one on the far left there. That Jordan Kramer, you're pretty sure is awake and he's just doing something quietly like in his bed while his father is still asleep.
Okay.
In Rachel's room, there are hushed whispers of a very heated and intense conversation.
God damn it. Okay.
Joseph Wallach is snoring peacefully.
Of course. Can I go kill him? I'm just kidding.
You get. Well, I'll say with a nat 20. I'm not sure. I guess you try to like move the door very subtly, and the door is locked. I mean, you could bust it down, but that would probably wake him up.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
You hear in Buffer's room, not the peaceful sounds of snoring, but sort of like a weak like whimpering.
Oh,
almost.
yeah, I guess I would hear him being weak. Okay.
Yeah. I can't remember what Lily told you about Buffer, but yeah.
Well, like
Michael
for his
Stark...
condition right now, nothing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so Buffer, you get the sense Buffer's not doing terribly well in there.
Okay.
Michael Stark is in his room right now. Enoch Fetterman, you hear just basically like him moving around, bags being packed, things like that.
Okay. Hearing all this, I will have a slight change of plans. Not gonna fuck with Rachel and her gal pal right now. I'm gonna let them vibe out for a little bit. But I would like to go back to the breakfast hall and get, I believe it was the mushroom soup that he liked a lot, that he like was a big fan of. I think whatever that first thing he was on that day where he was like, dude, is the shit. Get like a bowl of that. And then if I can ask, is her name Greta, like the main dinner lady?
Alma is like the server. Yeah,
Yeah.
Abigail is the cook.
Gotcha. I would ask Alma if she had any paper and like pen/pencil that I could use for a bit.
She frowns and she says, "Yeah, sure. I have some spare parchment in my room."
If she gets up to go grab from her room, like, oh, never mind. It's not that important. Like I was just wondering if y'all had any just on hand or anything. It's all good.
She nods. She says, "Well, sure, but I don't mind, Mr. Axel. Your friend Lily did a favor for me, so I'm happy to share what I have."
Well, hey, I'll let her cash in that favor. But thank you though. I do really appreciate it. And then I will request the mushroom soup for
Sure.
If Buffer,
Okay.
I would also be like, hey, this is for Buffer. Like if he likes anything extra, I was gonna bring it to him.
She nods. She says, "Oh, okay. Hey, he hasn't looked so good. Maybe he came down with something. I hope he's all right. But sure, I'll prepare it just the way he likes. Or I'll ask. I'll ask Abigail too." All right. So Axel eats his breakfast without issue. Do you bring the thing back to Buffer's room?
Yes, yeah. I was just gonna kind of knock on the door. And just give
There's
a little...
no response.
Okay, is the door open?
You can still hear him inside, but there's no response.
I try the handle. Is it unlocked?
It is unlocked.
Okay, I kind of figured as much. Yeah, I'll go ahead and open it and step in.
He's kind of like he's on the bed, like kind of splayed on top of the covers, like someone just dumped him there.
Yeah. Okay, I'll set the food on the chair, and try to just wake him up at first, like gently give him the, like, hey, you okay?
As you touch him to wake him up, he sort of like cringes a little bit and curls up a little. You see him like mouth something in his unconscious state. He does not appear to be sleeping. I mean, at this point, you've seen Buffer when he's sleeping and when he's just unconscious. This is definitely the unconscious state.
Can I try to figure out what he mouthed?
Sure. I guess that'd be a perception check.
I've been killing these so far. 1 for 6.
Okay, with a 13. You don't get much out of it. Like, it's pretty hard to read his lips. He does have like a bushy beard too, which makes it even harder. But you do recognize 2 like full words coming out of him. First of all was necromancy.
Oh, that's a problem.
The other is Vala.
Vala. Okay. I suppose as a last ditch, us having done this a few times now, I will try to kind of chakra infuse, using my blood, not a blood transfusion, but try to use the mana in my blood that I feel to kind of give to him, try to make him feel a little better, maybe at least bring him to consciousness.
Okay. You can make a mana control check.
right. 13.
So, having done this before, previously, like you said, with this sort of mana transfusion sort of idea, you were fairly successful. You failed the first one, but you got a handle on the second one. This time, however, when you try, you do the same thing, the same sort of style that you did on the second one, just very gentle, just letting the mana flow naturally within, making sure it doesn't do too much or too little. This time, however, as you try to insert the mana, you find that his mana network, the sort of the mana flowing through his spiritual veins, so to speak, to be in chaos and tangles.
Awesome.
As you try to pull back to avoid getting caught up in this tangle, you accidentally snag a bit of it.
Sick.
Would you like to try to continue to pull back? What would you like to try to do? You have like a moment here to sort of make a decision.
Yeah, and currently I am somewhat mixed in.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
You were going in for the transfusion and you found yourself in like a web that you weren't expecting.
Okay, I would definitely not immediately just yank back. Just using my logic of like, if you're doing a surgery, you don't just want to like, oh, let's pull out. And I would try to kind of pause to try to at least settle my infusion side of things and figure out like the best course of action to pull back. And hey, this might be the worst option, but that would be my logic.
Okay. I'll let you make a tactics check. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do a quick tactics check.
Dude,
7.
fuck off, man.
You have been rolling quite low tonight. Okay, go ahead and make a mana control check. Just straight mana control.
Alrighty. Hey!
Okay, that's about what you needed.
Thank God.
So you sort of take a moment to try to like figure this out, but no immediate ideas come to mind. As his web begins to sort of close around the mana that you already extended, threatening to drag you along with him.
Mm-hmm.
You manage to distangle yourself and pull back. However, the effort is strenuous.
Okay.
You sort of fall back and stumble backwards, catching yourself on the wall there. Having not done any more harm to him, not helping him or harming him,
Okay.
and having exhausted yourself a little bit. Not quite enough for a literal point of exhaustion, but
Yeah, but pretty tired.
It was a significant effort for you.
Okay. Yeah. Not knowing what else to do, and assuming now that this has to do with whatever happened last night, I will just leave the soup there. And I guess just step out. Well, actually, okay, I will try to get him in somewhat of a comfortable position, not just sprawled out on the bed.
Okay.
And then leave. And just kind of go hang out in my room.
Okay. Lily, you would wake up, I'll say after all this is already done and finished, probably like around like 11 a.m. Feeling surprisingly good considering all you went through last night. You feel your wounds are mostly healed, and you and Noir are both feeling a little bit just stronger generally.
I look at Noir. How's Noir looking?
Oh,
He's in
yeah.
cat form, but...
So Noir is in his cat form for the moment, but when he notices you waking up, he has like this big like cat smile on his face as he shifts into the form of a black dragon with somewhat cat-like features. Like you still have the scales, but sort of like cat-like eyes, I suppose, and sort of a cat-like smile. Just for a moment, sort of showing you this new form that he's taken on before shifting back into the cat form.
I embrace him again, being all giddy, and some of his acid drips on me, and to no effect even. So I just like wipe it a little bit away from my skin. I imagine it like lands on the floor and starts singeing, and I look down. And I'm just like, oh, I see. All right, Noah, transform back. We have things to do.
Yeah, Noir transforms back into the cat form and meows happily.
I check on Vera. I guess before I go.
Okay. You can make another medicine check.
Could I make a perception? I'm not necessarily trying to help her. I think I would have given up on that, and I'm more trying to see if she's doing better. Or would it still be a medicine?
It would still be medicine. Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
I get to roll normal this time.
I was like to.
Yeah, 9. She seems to be, like I said, she seems to be snoring peacefully, but she's still definitely no signs of waking up.
Okay. I guess if I was a bit tired the morning of, but kind of in the same realm, I make sure she's in a comfortable position. I put covers over her, make sure she's under her pillows and stuff.
Okay.
And I proceed to go out absolutely famished.
All right. Let's see. You would encounter along the way Endel and Alina, Michael Stark, who would have taken his place in the passenger's cabin, Sergeant Eater, the nobles, and Joseph Wallach in the sort of first class passenger's cabin. And eating at this hour would be the Kramers. And yeah, just the Kramers.
Nah, I don't really care.
Okay.
I get probably just like one of the more like tame things. So I get maybe like mushroom soup, honestly, and whatever Vera has gotten the most of, as well. I guess this will be more than a single trip. But I don't know. I eat my food, then I order Vera some food, and I get a the same bottle of wine that Axel got. Did I see that actually? I don't want to metagame that one too much.
I don't think you would have, if I recall correctly. I think Axel bought it on his own, and they drank it in his cabin.
I get beer then. I think that's what I would assume Axel likes.
Sure.
Uh,
You were the one who got the gold, didn't you? From the
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, let me add that. That was all right. So you're now at 130.
Rich as fuck,
The
boy.
beer is the cheapest thing. It costs 9 silver.
how much?
9 silver.
Okay. I get a 6-pack, I guess.
Okay. Sure. I mean, they don't come in 6-packs, but yeah, she'll get 6 bottles, I suppose. Surely mark that off. So that would be, well, for 6 of them, that would be 5.4 gold. So 5 gold.
Let's do like 4.
He said, "Never mind, never mind."
Okay, so that would be 3.6. So that would put you at 125. Whoop. And 4 silver. Sure.
Yeah, and I come back and I guess I tell Nor to knock on Axel's door. After putting the food in whatever, like a nightstand table or some sort of place for Vera when she wakes up.
Sure. Yeah, Axel, I mean, you're already awake, so you hear the knock on the door.
Yeah, I was like, I'd imagine passing the time. He's just been messing around with the Emperor's Gambit stuff. Yeah, I will walk over.
Actually, I'll tell you what. You would have had sufficient time to actually like spend some time on that. You can make a tactics check if you want.
I'm gonna fucking slay this check for absolutely no reason. Check my shit, dude. This
Yeah.
is unfucking real.
Okay. I'll say with this and all the other Emperor's Gambit tournaments that you've done, you are now proficient in Emperor's Gambit.
Hell
so you can
yeah.
add your proficiency bonus on any rolls.
Bro, I tell you what, I'm becoming the best fucking Emperor's Gambit player you ever damn seen. That's my new goal. But yeah, I will go ahead, open the door. I don't say anything. I'm just looking at you.
I have a peace offering, Axel, and words that you might like to hear.
Oh. Huh. So we just want to chat now. We're good. We're chill. We're vibing.
I hold up the 4 bottles of beer.
Yeah, I mean, I look at the beer and I'm like, hey, I do like me some beer, but, as much as I do want to talk and want to hear things, I think it's fair to say you were kind of a bitch last night when I was literally trying to help after you woke me up at whatever the hell time that was.
Do not call me names, especially that one.
Right. Okay. So, I don't really have much to say to you because that was some bullshit, and I want you to know I only helped Vera because, she's been chill. So, I mean, if you got something to say, you can say it.
I see. I will return at the time where you are a bit clearer then.
Right.
I leave and I go back to the to like the main common room.
Okay. Sure. Uh, I mean, since we're trying to kind of hurry this along, just let me know if you're interested in talking to someone in particular. Let me know, and I'll tell you like where they are. The people who are in it, I'm not going to bother moving around tokens and stuff to make sure everything.
I would like to listen in Rachel's room actually.
Okay, you can make a perception check. I suppose with Noir's with you, so with advantage. Noir still gets that, right? Advantage on hearing checks or whatever.
Well, it depends if you want to allow that, but not anymore.
Okay, well, no. I guess you give up certain things, changing to a dragon.
Yeah, fuck it.
Said if you want to, though.
You don't get to keep stacking
Oh, shit, well,
companion skills.
I kind of.
Well, I mean, I would.
for the dragon. Hold on, let me do it for
Yeah, probably for Lily.
what's her face.
Okay, 13.
That's still +2. Well, no. We can take the 6 if we want to make it fair.
That's fine. I mean, even with the 13, like they're not being very loud. Like I said, you can sense the intensity of it, but they're not being like loud. Yeah, really, you mostly just get the sense that whatever they're talking about is serious and they're trying to be quiet. That's basically what you can get off of 13.
Okay. If everybody's in their room, I guess I wait until one of them inevitably storms out.
Okay. Sure. So I'll say about an hour or so passes. So you're waiting out. Where are you waiting exactly, Lily? Like here?
Like
Or?
in front of our room, so well, no, it's kind of far.
I mean, you could go into like there are bathrooms here if you want to just like hide in the bathroom.
True. Wait, you're right.
I was like, for Axel purposes, he'll probably chill in here till he gets hungry for lunch, and then head out. So whenever noon 1-ish.
All right.
Yes, so I have my ear to the door, carefully not to touch it. Big on cleanliness. So.
Okay. So I'll say go ahead and make another perception check, Lily. Well, I guess you can do it with advantage since Noir is with you. We'll just do it like that. Whenever Noir is with you, he can help you with this. Okay. So the door does eventually open.
19 out of 20. Nice.
The door does eventually open, and there's sort of soft footsteps outside of the bathroom door there. I'll say with the nat 20, you do just even though you've only seen both them briefly, you get the sense that it's Irina Farber, not Rachel. As she moves to the left, she isn't like storming out necessarily, but she is like quickly, like it's a quick pace for sure.
Yeah. I wait until this door closes
Okay.
before I make my exit.
Okay.
And softly, still holding the beer bottles, kind of kick the door. I'm trying to knock it. I'm not trying to be like rude about it. Right
Kicks the door down. Sup, bitch?
Pushes
That
it
might
down.
be where it was going, but
What you doing here? You dumb broad.
there's okay. There's a voice on the other end. Yeah, actually no. She swings the door open like quickly. She looks down at you and sort of her eyes a little bit surprised. She says, "Oh, Lily. Sorry, I thought you." Yeah.
I would like to apologize about this morning. I was in a bit of a scuffle, let's say. One of
Is
our
everyone all right?
yeah, we're doing a lot better this morning. And I get some. I start. I can try to even make a check for this, but I get a little bit somber, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm really sorry about what happened. I understand I was being quite rude, but I really needed Axel. I'm not strong, you see, and Vera, she has some medical issues, and she passed out, and I was just so worried that I didn't know what to do. which she's a doctor of our group, but so you can imagine my concern when the doctor goes down. None of us are as well equipped to handle that type of situation.
Oh, Miss Lily, is the train safe? I mean, you said you got into a scuffle. With who? With what?
Well, some of the is it okay if we talk inside? The walls have ears, you see. I do
Rachel
not.
takes a step back and lets you in.
Yeah. Noir goes in with me as well. Well, mm, Noir keeps an eye out, actually.
Okay.
Um,
I will point out that we'll make. I mean, you won't be able to keep an eye on Rachel for her reactions. That'd be the only thing I would say.
You're right, actually. Yeah, Noir would go in with that. Right, you're right. Yeah, I would want to get her reaction.
Okay.
So yeah, he's in. Well, I guess I am trusting you to keep this between us, but we were in the storage room, and I wanted to I may
You can make a quick insight check if you want.
okay.
So basically, make an insight check.
Damn it.
Okay. Yeah. Continue.
Yeah. I was. I would also. Noir would also like to start looking, kind of at the things in the room, as well. Not being like doing his regular cat shit, not like moving anything, but just kind of
Okay.
walking around.
Yeah. Rachel doesn't seem to notice Noir doing stuff. I mean, it's just a cat to her.
Yeah, I would. Went to the. I'm a bit of a how you say I like sewing, and I like making clothes. I recently procured a sewing kit, and I was looking to see if there was any spare fabric. Vera was helping me, with my eyesight, and she all of a sudden fell down, and it kind of apparently there was some bats still in the storage room, and the her falling kind of woke them up, and it was a bit of a scuffle. But don't worry, I'm good with animals. Scuffle might not be the right word. It was just more trying to lead them out of the storage room.
Okay. I'll say go ahead and make a deception. So this is gonna be weird because I'll give you the deception check with advantage. However, I'm gonna give her advantage on her insight checks as she saw your wounds and like they would not be covered by bats.
They are cool bats.
Advantage versus advantage. Oh, good
All right,
fucking
hey,
roll.
I'm still gonna give her she could get a nat 22. Let's see here.
Oh my god, what?
Um,
Holy
so
shit.
with the
What
double nat
rolls?
20, her
Holy-
pluses are a little bit higher than yours for that.
Oh my god.
She says, Miss Lily, I understand you don't want to frighten, the civilians on the train, but the wounds I saw last night were not made by bats.
Yikers.
I understand why you're trying to, but I grew up in a rough place. If there's something going on, I'd really like to know, just so I can keep myself and Irina safe.
Do I know the two rooms? I mean, I know. I think I don't know one of them.
I think you guys would have known.
Well, by now we know all of them, right?
Yeah, by now you would know all of them. So on your left is the Kramers. You would have saw them at breakfast, so they're not in the room right now. On the right is Joseph Wallach's room. You would have saw him with the nobles as well. So yeah, neither of them should be in their room right now, as far as you know.
Me even knowing this, I go. No, you're right. Sorry, just a habit of being uncomfortable. Do you have some? And I say this very hushly. Do you have some paper I could write on? I understand. Like I said, the walls have ears.
Oh, sure. I'm pretty sure Irina keeps them, and she sort of ruffles through one of the bags and produces some parchment and a little pen. She hands them to you, placing them in your hands.
Okay. I write down on the paper. While we were in the storage room looking for fabrics, okay, we discovered a ritual of some kind, and it spawned we'll say a spirit and it is what led us to being looking the way we are. But it is now dealt with um, accordingly. Is what
Okay.
I'll say on it.
All right. So this is all written down on the paper, right?
Yeah,
You hand her the paper.
I show her the paper.
Okay. Noir, yeah, you can make an insight check. I'm gonna say with disadvantage, just because like it's different watching someone read something as opposed to like watching for their reaction as you say something, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So
Insight with
Perception.
disadvantage.
insight with disadvantage.
Yeah. Yeah. She reads over the paper. She says, "Oh, all right. Okay. Well, it's dealt with now, and you look fine. Is Miss Vera all right? Or is she still recovering from the incident, I suppose?"
She is she's just sleeping. Her wounds seem to be a lot better, and she looks a lot better this morning than she did last. Well, I guess she looks a lot better this afternoon than she did this morning.
This thing, do you think that it was do you think it was made by someone on this train, or do you think it's something from some other older thing?
I am blissfully unaware of the rituals of what I presume are necromancy or some other malicious. I tried to say what's the name for demigod again?
Empyrean?
Empyrean, yeah. Or maybe some Empyrean follower, something of the sort. Maybe something like that. But well, I guess it does not. Axel seems to trust you, so keep your eyes
I
peeled.
was going to ask you. I mean, I don't want. Listen, he did not give any implication that he was, involved with either you or Vera. That's correct, right?
I chuckle and go, no, not even in the deepest, darkest circle of hell is that a thing.
She sort of puts a hand on her chest and breathes a sigh of relief. She says, "Oh, good. When I saw you that morning, I thought that maybe I had stepped into something, but I can see now that, all right, it was just you, having just come from that situation."
Keep, listen, Rachel. It seems you have interest in a party member. I do not know Axel for all that long, and whatever he does in private, he will do in private. I just needed him. He's a bit brash, so he's currently mad at me. And I hold up the beers and I go, they were meant for him, but do you want to share?
Rachel holds up a hand and she says, frankly, I think I've been drinking a little bit too much lately. I appreciate the offer, though.
Oh, thank God for me. I definitely need it. And I down a beer. Opening the second one and go, well, yes, I tried to make amends with him, but I mean, you can see how I could not be looked at in a good light currently. So I'm just waiting for him to simmer down. Some words were spoken that frankly upset me, but I understand that they are coming from a place of hurt. He is well, he's not very good at controlling his emotions, and it's okay. Like I said, I do not know much about him, but I imagine there's a reason for it.
I thought you and your group had been working together for a while. That's what Axel implied, at least.
We try to keep out of each other's personal matters. You understand, in line of work where any day you can perish, stop being, not being as emotionally connected, stops a lot of the mental trauma.
Okay. I mean, I can't say I really understand, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I'm a bit of a conundrum when it comes to other people. I saw your scuffle with your partner. I not mean to pry, but if you need anyone to talk to, I am here.
Oh, no, it'll be all right. It just, mismatched expectations, you know?
Well, I am not many considering I do not know what I look like, but not many love a blind girl as a partner. So expectations I can see. Well, I understand to a degree.
Listen, Lily, I don't know if this is the right time to bring this up or not, but Axel had mentioned that he was strongly considering talking to you guys about maybe helping Irina and I out when we get to Duran for a bit. The bodyguard thing, did they tell you about that?
Oh,
Or
I
business guard,
I
rather?
I believe not. We were doing well. It's a long train, and I get bored easily, so I go off on my own.
Okay.
What was um, the job? I guess.
Well, it would just be involve you three sort of acting as guards for our business for a few weeks while we get set up and get established in Duran. That's all.
Oh, what type of store are you guys opening, or what are you guys
Oh,
doing?
a flower shop. Irina used to work at a flower shop, so she has all the knowledge that she needs, and we have just enough seeds and saplings that we're bringing from Corlita to get us set up.
I get a face of absolute glee appears on Lily. Flowers?
Yes, flowers.
Do,
Uh,
do you have any with you? Or just seeds and saplings?
just seeds and saplings at the moment. We wanted them to survive the trip and be ready to be planted and propagated.
Oh, uh, I I absolutely love flowers. Um, yeah, I would be willing to. I would even. I mean, I will try to bargain here on our payment, but flowers as payment for me, perhaps.
Rachel chuckles and she says, "Sure." And I don't know if you have a favorite smell, I suppose, but I imagine Irina can cook something up that you'd appreciate.
Oh, trust me, any pleasant smell. Uh, when you lose one of the senses, the other ones gets better. So smell and flowers, well, they just go hand in hand. Noah quite likes flowers too. So I would be more than willing to do it for proper compensation, and I give her like a little like a little smirk when I bring up like compensation in terms of flowers, obviously. Um, but that is a I will talk of it with Vera. Obviously, she needs to know. But if democracy is the vote, I appear that you are 2 out of 3 in favor of the flower stand.
Rachel claps her hands and she says, "Oh, that's excellent. I'm glad to hear it. I know that you shouldn't discuss it with your group and whatnot, but I'm very happy. Thank you, Miss Lily. I appreciate it. I should ask, and I mean, I know you said that you dealt with it, but do you think that there are other things on the train that could be a threat to us? Like
Well,
other booby traps, things of that nature?"
I'd like to make an insight check
Okay.
to see what if she is prying more than a normal person, or like what she's up to.
Sure. So you're not doing very well on these inside checks. 2 5s and a 7 each.
Man, I'm blind.
Well, yeah. Um, she says, well, I guess for in terms of the insight, I mean, uh, she seems concerned. That's about what you can get. But I mean, any person would probably be concerned if they had heard that there was a spirit booby trap. So you're not sure.
Unfortunately, Rachel, I didn't even know there were booby traps in here to begin with. As skilled of um, as skilled as I am, even I cannot see things like that. Although I give you my words, any friend of Axel is a friend of mine, and um, we will do everything to try to keep the train as safe as possible. But to try to put your mind at ease, I believe there is nothing. I have been, and again, don't tell anyone. I have been, looking around. A person such as me has to be careful, but it appears that since the storage room was the last one, we kind of checked. I don't think there are many more problems in this train. Hopefully, the upcoming days go smoothly and according to plan.
All right. Sure. I suppose Irina and I will try to keep into the more populated areas then, just for safety's sake, I guess.
Of course. Lily, if I could ask you a question, I guess, woman to woman. Like I said, Axel is not very responsive at the moment. For obvious reasons, I interrupted you guys, and again, I'm once again sorry for that. But if you could check up on him, I'm kind of worried. I do not want to have our friendship tarnished by a kind of a lapse of emotion on my part.
Rachel gets like kind of a weird look on her face. You can make an insight check if you want. Another one that is. I'll say this one with advantage. Yeah, as you're talking about her like going and talking to Axel about this, she looks like pretty noticeably uncomfortable. Um, she says, uh, I don't know if that's a good idea right now. I think I might have moved too quickly with him. Um, he's a very nice man. I don't know. I have things I need to figure out now. That's all. I'll talk to him when I'm ready.
I kind of put my hand. How? I guess are we both sitting on the bed? I guess.
There's probably a chair in the room that you're sitting on, and she's sort of sitting on the bed.
I like put a hand up, I guess then, and I go, no need. I understand the situation. But regardless, I just came to apologize, and I will try to talk to Axel about
No,
this is something
there's nothing to apologize, Miss Tilly. I mean, you and your group have done a lot more for everyone on this train than anyone else. Frankly, I'm flattered that you would even consider a position such as the one Irina and I are offering. I really appreciate it.
All right. Well, regardless, I was trying to get around this, but I'm not good. I'm not too good with people. It's hard to be good with people when you can't see their reactions. But I have 2 beers left, and I've worked up some courage to talk to Axel. So hopefully, I will work that out, and probably the best thing to do anyway.
I'm sure you'll work it out. I'm confident.
Of course. I will leave you to be. Sorry for the interruption so suddenly.
No worries. It was a pleasure speaking with you, Miss Lily.
Pleasure with speaking you as well. And I give like a courteous bow, and I close the door.
All right.
I would like as I'm walking away, making like a pretty like good noise on the footsteps walking away. I would like Noir to lean in and see if he hears anything.
Okay. Sure. Noir can make a perception check.
Ooh, nice roll.
21. Okay.
Big.
Yeah. So there is some shuffling around inside, and funnily enough, you get the sense that Rachel's on the other side of the door, like also listening.
That's funny.
Lily, kind of having the bond, takes this into account and gives a kind of a smirk to that, and walks, I guess, back to Axel's room. If Buffer's on the way, I
Part
would
two.
open the door and check.
He is still unconscious. The food remains uneaten. He was tucked in at least, so by Axel. That's the only difference.
I am surprised Fetaman tucked him in. That is weird.
Yeah.
I check in on Vera. Still asleep?
Still sleeping, yeah.
Okay. I knock on Axel's door once again. Here we go.
Round two,
I guess
baby.
before knocking on the door, Lily takes a deep breath and looks at Noir and goes, kind of gets down on a knee and starts petting Noir and goes, "No, my little baby. Mommy is going to have to appease the expendable fools." Knocks on the door.
Sure. At this point, since Noir, I think, was kind of keeping an eye out in both directions, you do see Rachel sort of peek her head out over, and she's like looking over towards you guys, clearly trying to sort of observe to see what happens.
Knowing that, I still pay no mind.
Okay.
And knock on the door.
Yeah. I walk over, open it. Um,
Before you say anything,
okay.
you're right. I have drank the 2 beers. I still have 2 for you. I understand that I was being a bitch. I am not good with people, and I am not good at apologizing. But I think I have to swallow my pride and say that I am sorry for interrupting your time and your personal matters for something that was arguably a bit selfish. I would like to talk about some things. And, well, in short, I'm sorry. You were right. Could we please move on? There are more pressing matters at hand than what happened last night.
Knowing Lily, I mean, I don't know if you want him to insight check this, but is she being genuine?
I'll deception versus your insight.
All right. Mm-hmm. All right. She being genuine. Here it is.
She's being genuine about she's being genuine about most of the things she said. The apologizing thing is probably what's eating at her more than anything.
Okay. So the way I would see it is like she's clearly not actually sorry, but she does understand that we need to like move on.
Yeah, with a nat 20, obviously. Through gritted teeth, this is not pleasant at all. If any, it is probably like not even very overtly honest, but she is genuinely making an effort, I guess.
She's genuinely trying to diffuse the situation, but is not genuinely apologetic.
But she's not good at people.
Yeah. Okay. I just kind of look at you, look at the cat. Are you just holding the beers right now? What's the situation with the beers?
Yeah, I'm holding the beers in one hand.
Are you like holding them out towards me?
Yeah. Okay. When I mentioned them, I pulled them.
All right. I reach out and I grab a beer. I open it and take a sip. Put it down. I'm like, well, Lily, we haven't been together. You know, haven't been hanging around each other that long, but while I know you're not too sincerely sorry, I appreciate the attempt. I will try to avoid calling you names, especially if that one bothers you. I would just appreciate at least a little more respect when it comes to situations like that. That's all I ask.
I have a better peace offering than the beers. If I give it to you, and you will like this, we firm handshake it. There's only one person in this train that is going to be on our journey after this train, and it is you, Axel. And as much as our personalities are much like oil and water, they do not mix. We have to suck it up and make some compromises. So when I give you this peace offering, we firm handshake, we move on, and we try to get back to the task at hand.
Beer in hand, take another sip. I just look at you very confused. I'm like, well, you know, I've been on this train with you, and I can't imagine there's a whole lot of better peace offerings than some alcohol. Unless you want to play some Emperor's Gambit.
You play Emperor's Gambit too?
Okay, Axel. Axel does kind of get like a small smile, but like tries to put it back down because he's trying to hold it serious. He's like, yeah, I do. Well, I do. And maybe
I've been playing the conductor every night.
Okay, so maybe
What the hell? I didn't know you played.
Maybe we have something in common. Okay, I'm willing to hold that. But what is this peace offer you got, or was it Emperor's Gambit? In which case, that's quite funny.
No. Please move aside.
Right, I will move aside. I guess just towards my bed, leaving the little chair in the corner.
I tell Noir to keep an eye out. Right, Axel? And I say this very hushed, I guess, even though
Fredman is still in the next room.
Not like he doesn't know.
Yeah. I want to.
These way.
I know we again, wrong foot and all that. I want you to prep your kind of mana network for an overflow of energy. I can try to help, but it'll be new for both of us.
Yeah,
I've discovered something about this world.
yeah, looking very confused, but convinced that you are genuinely, trying to make truce. Oh,
I was like,
All
honestly,
right.
with a nat 20 for most of this, you can ask, and I'll probably answer honestly.
Okay.
I feel bad if the nat 20 only
I
led
guess.
to
Thanks, man.
yeah, yeah. I'm trying to hone you up.
No, yeah, no. I assume at this point, she's being very genuine in creating this truce, and so he's just like, sure. What do you, what do you want me to do?
Okay. There was a bit of a scuffle in the storage room with the man in the next room, who I'm sure is listening and or passed out. One of the two. He
I
looked
do.
a
I
lot
do look
worse.
very concerned when you say this.
Don't worry. He ended up looking a lot worse, and we ended up getting a lot stronger. This will increase your capabilities, and if I need, well, I'm going to need you for the journey after this train, and even during the train. I'm going to have to make use of your abilities, you understand? You are obviously more intelligent and more physically capable than I would argue most people that we've seen, and definitely more than me.
He
So?
does. He does like the little ego boost there.
I get up close to your ear and I go, "So, my peace offering is power. Do you accept?"
Yeah, still very confused. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna turn down getting stronger.
Perfect. Well, new to both of us again, but to help stop what happened to Vera to not happen to you, I guess we need to bolster your mana a bit to take some influx of power. I guess I tried to make a mana sense check or a mana control check to try to make this happen. If you agree, obviously.
Yeah, I was gonna say consenting. I don't know if you could get advantage on that. Trying to let you.
Like
help
bolster
it
it
out.
with my. I'm trying to. Okay, I'll flavor text this because this might determine this. I try to strengthen it with like the threads of my fabric, in a way, and like try to kind of put up a very like light armor shield towards the mana to like, or maybe like a funnel or something to try to like make it a bit easier for him to take, so he doesn't take it all at once. So the process goes a bit smoother.
Okay. Yeah. So you have the crystals in your hand, I suppose, right, Lily?
I guess I would do this first, then take out the crystals. Or if I need the crystals out, I pull them out.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Sure. You can go ahead and make a mana control check, Lily. Okay. Yeah. You successfully sort of weave your threads around his sort of more complex fabric, reinforced.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess like doing like a web that like doesn't like stop it, but like just softens the blow. That's probably better than a funnel. A funnel would make it more direct.
Yeah. Okay. With that, you feel like you can hold it, but only for a very brief amount of time. So you probably should get the crystals out and do it now.
I pull out the crystals and go, Vera, and I touch this. This made us stronger, even changed Noir. It should, in theory, make you stronger. We didn't observe it all, but careful. It takes quite a toll on the body, as you can see with Vera this morning, which again more physically capable. So I kind of needed you to carry her. Um,
Yeah.
regardless, if you I set them down on the table, not knowing what happens if two people touch them at the same time.
Yeah.
If you touch both of these, I will try to help you. Fair warning, if your mana isn't up to it, I tried my best. So if you wake up, you just got an overload of mana. Again, I don't really know how it works.
Yeah. I give a huff. I just go. If this is your elaborate way at killing me, so be it. I laugh and I go ahead and put my both my hands on the stones.
Okay. You feel a torrent of mana rushing in. You can make a mana control check with advantage.
Say less, King. Oh, not great. It's not right,
Unfortunately, even with you and Lily attempting to sort of soften the blow, you still feel the torrent pass within you. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
Alright. At advantage though, right? So...
No, straight. Yeah, unfortunately, it does appear to be a little bit too much for Axel. He sort of stumbles back and falls back into his bed with sort of a loud sort of bounce onto the bed as he is now unconscious.
Let's go!
As he falls down to the bed, there is a loud, well, I mean, you would recognize it as a train whistle, as you feel a slow deceleration
not
as
like
the train
this.
comes to a stop.
I sigh and go, well, I did warn him. I tuck him in as best I can, so he's not uncomfortable. Knowing what the train whistle means and the deceleration and Noir, I think.
Nor does the Enoch Fetterman open the door and quickly, basically just straight up run over this way.
If I have time, I yell at him, bye, Monsieur.
Okay.
Bye, Monsieur.
Yeah. What would you guys like? Oh, and as the train whistle does wake you up, Vera.
Oh god. Shit. Start closing things. Oh god. Great.
I mean, you don't need to do anything immediately. I was letting you know Vera does wake up.
Okay, great. She's gonna lay there for a second because I have nothing I want to do.
All right, Lily. What would you? Yeah. I mean, I suppose Vera steps outside, seeing Lily. What would you guys like to do?
Oh, right there.
I asked her to come in, or to come with me. I guess would be the better.
Okay.
Well,
Oh goodness.
he no longer. Noir will, if he left his door open, kind of nudge it shut with some abnormal cat strength.
Okay. Yeah, Enoch did leave his door open, so yeah.
Yeah. Noir with his again abnormal cat strength, dragon-like almost.
Some would say.
Closes the door, and goes, "Okay, good news, Vera. One, you're alive. That's good.
Wonderful.
You passed out from the mana.
Oh, actually, you can go to level 2, by the way.
You passed out from the mana surgeons, I guess. I look at Axel. He did too. But I don't know about you, but Noah and I are feeling much, much stronger.
Hudson, how am I feeling? Feeling good?
Yeah. When you woke up, you had this like vague flash in your mind of the place where you had met with the avatar of Zafina. Just for a moment, like a fleeting dream, though. Your memories of that faded as you sort of came back to consciousness. But in its place, though, there is this sort of renewed strength and a strengthened connection to whatever it is that you are connected to.
Cool. Well, yes, I'm feeling rather good. Had some wild dreams, but other than that, I'm feeling quite good.
Nothing too out of the ordinary for most of us at this point, I guess.
Couple things to note. Oh, second good piece of news. I just saw Fetterman leave in a big hurry off the train, so he has kept his word. That meaning we no longer need to share rooms, so that is good. I will be confiscating his room. As much as I love sleeping with you, having your own rooms provides a
Ah, yes, I agree. Having
yeah,
your own room,
okay.
privacy.
Perfect. Perfect. Listen, love you there, but privacy is nice.
Privacy is
Yep.
wonderful.
Axel is currently passed out from the mana surge. I checked up on Buffer. He is still out. I recommend you check in on him. He might be a bit more responsive to your... Well, he might be a bit kinder to your face than either of ours.
Just to let you know, Noir does notice Rachel getting out of her room and leaving to the left there. Just to let you know.
Okay. While Axel is out, it's a good thing we do not have a room next to this one. So as long as we keep the hushed voice and nobody's listening in, I have a better chance, I guess, unless there's some spell of some kind to hear us. A bit of more privacy there. I spoke to... There was a girl in Axel's room last night. Rachel, I believe.
Are you trying to
might
start
have-
that flower stand?
I might have. Oh, you know about the flower stand already. Perfect. I guess everybody just likes not talking to me about the fucking flower stand.
Okay, I think I said that to all of us as a group, by the way. Like, just not us working at it, but just the flower stand in general.
But I talked to Rachel. She seems... Well, Vera, I believe she is not out of our list of suspects from my talk with her. So that is unfortunate. I'm not saying she is one, I am just saying she is not out of it.
What made you suspicious of her?
I don't know. I get a bad feeling.
Okay.
I believe, but regardless, to kind of update you on the situation, Axel was trying to, I'll say this in a nice word, courting her, and they were in the room together during our scuffle. I was a bit blunt, as you can imagine, with my injuries, and he did not take kindly, Axel, but I believe I have made amends. So, I'm not saying I deserve a gold star, but goddammit, I tried. So, regardless,
As you're speaking, go ahead and make mana sense checks.
Both of us?
Yeah.
Man, set. Wow.
Okay. So Lily, off in the distance, you feel this like sharp, sort of jagged fabric. Basically, this like it's more like a rip, as it's ripped apart. I'll say with an 18, you get the sense it's coming from the very head of the train, where the engine is.
I see.
Well, the train, like he said, is at a fueling point. I feel a bit of a tear in the mana, maybe due to fueling or some other activities. Axel will not be waking up soon. I would like to check out what everybody is doing.
All right. Sounds good to me. Let's go.
Good night, Axel.
Nighty night.
Close the door.
Oops.
The clown has no penis.
What?
It's a Step Brothers quote. It's a Step Brothers quote. If they're sleeping and they have dreams, and that's what they say. Anyone that's seen Step Brothers gets it. Listen, anyone that's seen Step Brothers gets it.
Yeah, Step Brothers, man.
It's a great scene. It's hilarious.
Can I knock on Buffer's door and kind of? He's still sleeping, right?
He is very much unconscious.
Okay, I just kind of peek my head in. What's he looking like? Tossing around in nightmares land? What's going on?
Oh,
He's
he's
shivering.
tucked in like a little baby.
He's shivering beneath his covers.
Can you let me try my thingy again?
Sure. You make a mana
Woo!
control check.
Mana control check! Let's
Nice.
go!
With a 20, you calm Buffer down. He stops shivering, and a bit of color returns to his face. He is still unconscious, however. He is not sleeping.
Alright, but he looks like... you said now he's sleeping. Like, now he just looks like regular
No.
sleep. No?
He is not sleeping.
Just better.
Can I, like, kind of, like, lightly nudge him? Just a little gentle nudge. Like, Buffer? Buffer?
Here's the love tap.
As you touch him, his body like cringes a little bit and recoils, but he is still unconscious.
What on earth? Do I get any, like, I don't know, sense of his mana that feels off or something?
You can make a mana sense check.
Let's go!
I'll say with a 14. Yeah. So you sense his mana running a little bit rampant within him. Whereas before it was sort of a calm breeze, it is now more of a tempest. Yeah. I'll say you get a vague sense. Actually, no. With a 14, yeah, that's what you get with a 14.
Oh, come on, finish the sentence. You already started. Okay.
As much as I don't like the dwarf, he is a valuable ally and a necessary, we'll say, actor in the play of my life currently. You want to try calming him down together, maybe?
Sorry, I was coughing. What? Calm him down with what?
Just calm him down together. Like try to calm down the. I wouldn't know it's a tempest, but obviously he doesn't look good. So
Calm him down how exactly?
getting his mana in check. Aaron, my
Okay.
beautiful, lovely butler.
Really, are you and the rest of your group in your rooms, or I have important news I need to tell everyone.
Axel has had a late night, and Vera did as well. But I can wake them up. What is this news?
Well, there's been an incident, it appears. I don't know all the details yet. Kamina was kind of short with me when she explained it to me. But apparently, there's something wrong at the Garrison with the fueling point. It's just a little outpost with a small garrison, but they apparently didn't respond in the way that they were supposed to, or something like that. So Kamina, according to the train regulations, she has to shut the train down until she gets further notice. She sent up a flare for the nearest other garrison aside from this one, but that help will be at least probably 3 days away. We're stuck here until that happens.
All right. I will wake my friends up and join you where?
Well, that's the other thing is you're supposed to return to your cabins and stay there. The staff will be bringing people meals inside their cabins just for safety.
Are you sure you do not need our help? Again, it's not like I want special treatment or anything, but any help we can provide, we are more than willing.
Aaron sort of shakes his head. He says, "Well, it appears Miss Kamina knows you better than I do. She said that I should suggest that we are not legally capable of imprisoning any of you and have not broken any laws. And should any individual passengers happen to leave the train at this time, there would be nothing that we could or should do to stop it." That was the way she put it.
All right, perfect, Aaron. I will be returning to my room shortly.
All right. Sure. I'll be dealing with the other passengers. He glances back and says, "Whatever you do, best of luck."
Of course. Stay safe, my dear friend.
Keep yourself safe.
I opened the door. I guess you heard that?
I sure did.
All right, we need to do this quickly, and we need to wake up Axel fairly quickly.
All right. Okay. Hudson, what would
Huddy, my boy.
That's a
Can I?
points
I
in
was
the right
okay. Could I
direction.
make a mana sense to see how bad buffer is? I know Vera made one, but
Oh, sure. Okay.
22.
With
You gotta give us 2 more
22.
pieces of information.
So I'll say with 22, you get the same sense that everyone else has of just his mana network is kind of out of control right now. However, you can get a sense more for the cause of it. So at the core of his mana network, this would be sort of the I don't know, like a giant ball of yarn basically at the moment. And at the center of it, um, there is this. There are two different fabrics. One of them sharp and rough and coarse, and the other one light and silky and smooth. Um, they appear to be sort of trying to tangle. They're getting into knots with each other, battling it out, for lack of a better phrase.
what is I probably would have done this. What does my own mana feel like?
Um, well, Lily's mana, I mean, it's kind of up to you how you would describe it, but I would imagine it's somewhat intricate. As far as the material goes, I'm not really sure how I would describe it. But in terms of like your mana, your own personal mana network, I would say it's very intricate and kind of fancy. And there is also a permanent thread that's connecting you and Noir.
Okay. I relay this to Vera.
Just to save time.
We should try to calm the both of them. Try to give it one attempt between the two of us, but with the situation at hand, unfortunately, we might want to speed this along.
Hear me out, Hudson. Mana control with advantage since we're both helping each other.
What are you trying to do?
If there's two, since I would know this a bit better, if there's two, I would like the more silky smooth one. I guess maybe this can go so bad. I would like to pull out the other one like a thorn, maybe. No, I shouldn't do that.
Can I roll an insight to know if the thorny one belongs there or not?
You don't need to make an insight check for that. I think I'll say with Lily's 22. I mean, I was trying to describe it that way, but the other one is obviously four. They're actually both foreign to his like mana network. They're different from like the surrounding yarn or thread. So they're
Okay.
both foreign, but one of them is obviously a bit more dangerous than the other.
Okay. So we want to safely take them out and try to stabilize mana.
Vera, and I don't say this from a place of biases, but I do not think we are skillfully adept at this.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I
You're
believe
really
that
not wrong.
I believe that if we try, we might cause more harm than
We've
help
had
our friend
mana
here.
for like what, 4 days?
Yeah, I say we try to wake up Axel, and hopefully Buffer's Patreon helps him, and his strong spirit will as well.
Okay.
I don't believe there is I don't believe we can help this situation all that much.
Okay. Would you guys like to go and try to help out Axel?
Yeah.
Okay. For the purposes, I imagine you guys are trying to do a similar sort of just reinforcing his mana network, helping him sort of regain consciousness, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys can go ahead. Whoever has the highest mana control. Let's see. Vera has a +4, which is probably higher than So Vera, you can go ahead and make a mana control check with advantage.
Let's not say yeah, because mine's also a plus.
Oh, you said +1.
I was like, you should still roll it. But
Not 20. Yeah.
Axel's
So
feeling
Axel-
better than ever, huh?
You come to consciousness with a start. As Vera backs off, like a bit of mana or blood pops out of your veins and just starts floating around your hands as you immediately are able to control this newfound power.
Yeah.
Just a few moments before. Yeah, I'll just say for the purpose of like RP, like your adrenaline is like, right now it's quite high up there.
Yeah, I guess I get this surge and I pop up, and kind of give the little like the whoa, like a little shake. And I guess for me, like, not much time has passed, right? Like, because I was unconscious, so for me it was like down and up.
Would have felt like very just out and then back into it.
Yeah. Yeah, I get up and I'm like, I'm not quite bouncing, but I'm like back and forth a little bit. I'm like, holy shit, I don't know what you did, Lily, but fuck, I'm feeling it.
I extend my hand and go, I believe the peace offering was enough.
Yeah. And I reach out and grab your hand and shake it, probably harder than I intend to.
Perfect. And I hold my hands behind my back, but wiping the hand that you shook a little bit on my clothes. Regardless, there is another problem. You seem to go, well, you seem to be very unlucky at the times that you miss information. The train has stopped. There's been a problem. They are putting all the passengers in their rooms, but they cannot hold us here. I recommend seeing what is currently the problem.
Is there fighting?
I don't know. They said we should stay in our rooms, but me being friends with the conductor said that legally speaking, they cannot hold us in here as we have committed no crimes. So I recommend we go out and see what the problem is with the train ourselves.
Yeah, still looking at my hands with like the blood kind of starting to flow out of me and like flow around my hands. I'm like, oh, I would love to find any issue we can right now.
Perfect. All right, come on, my little warrior. Let's go.
Okay. You guys head outside of the train.
Yeah. While I head in, I obviously stay in the back, being who I am. But I look at Noir, or I guess I look at Axel, giddy, to go like fight something, and I look back at Noir and go, might be useful to us yet.
All right. So you guys head outside of the train, and close by, and I'll put you guys on the map just for so you can roll if we need to, which you probably will. You're so big. Yeah, it's just a little miniature tower there. No.
I can't. I'm stuck somewhere.
There's basically a watchtower that has a little drawbridge. The drawbridge is currently down. There are so that's what you see. So basically the train is parked, like, I'll say, I don't know, about 100 yards or so from that area there, to the right. And it's currently there's currently this like floating ball of electricity that's just sort of crackling immediately, like right above the head train compartment, or the head train car, where the engine is.
And do we see anyone else, or it's pretty empty right now?
You can make a perception check if you like. If you just like to examine it like from the outside.
Oh yeah, I'm just looking for people because I'm looking for this thing that might be going down right now. Yes, sir. That's an Axel roll, baby.
Yeah. You look around. This is the first time you like been outside, and the sun is kind of bright, kind of hurts your eyes. You're not sure.
Can you hear me?
I can now.
Yes, we can hear you now.
I can't click Noir, but I would like to make it with him. I think he has a better one.
Sure. Can you not click him?
I don't see him. I'm gonna.
Oh, that's the wrong Noir. Sorry, actually put the right one in there.
I was like, I see a Noir and Axel health bar stuck outside of the little rectangle here, but.
Okay, here, let's put you guys on the little thing there. Stop moving your guys around. You don't need to move around.
I want to ride the vulture.
Right, can you click on you guys now?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, Noir looks around as well. Kind of fascinated by this new terrain that he's in. Yeah, he doesn't see anyone. I mean, even with a 5, like, there's no one obviously like standing out in the open or anything like that.
Yeah. I mean, seeing the building, I kind of turned to the others. I'm like, I mean, that's just got to be the Garrison, right?
I believe so. Also, yes, we would have on the walk there explained to him about the Garrison situation. Just for the.
Oh, gotcha. So, my bad. I thought you'd said that on the train.
No, you're good. I was like, I meant to say it, but we did change maps, and then I got stuck on wanting to fly a vulture.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, see? Okay. I guess I go to the head. Should we go to the head train car and maybe speak with the conductors?
I suppose we can go there first.
Yep, that sounds good.
Sure. So as you head to the head train car, go and make a. Okay, I'll say actually, you guys can just sense it because it's a very powerful mana aura. There's currently a force field isolating the head train car.
Like, have we walked up and touched it, or we just kind of know it's there because of its
You know that
power?
it's there.
Okay.
You know that it's.
I believe this is a emergency situation.
Is there a
the
rock,
conductor-
like, on the ground?
Yeah.
All right, I just instinctively do the good old pick up and, like, toss at the force field.
Okay. So, the rock hits the force field and bounces off. There's sort of like this wave rippling motion where you hit the force field. Axel, go ahead and make a dex save.
Oh, shit. Hey, fair enough. I figured this wouldn't end well, but I had to.
Okay. So the ball of lightning that I did mention earlier, I believe.
Yeah, you did. No, you
I
did.
was gonna get there.
I guess you guys didn't tell Axel. Well, he would have seen it. On top of the train, a bolt of lightning shoots out at Axel, striking him straight on the chest,
Jesus
leaving him at 1 HP, which is kind of
Christ.
funny. Yeah.
So, what on earth are you doing?
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe not. Maybe he won't be useful to us all after all. Noir.
Yeah, sitting on my ass. I'm like, well, the fuck, I just want to see what would happen. I mean, I don't know what these things are. Fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Well, like I was saying, the conductor informed me that in times of emergencies, the head car is sanctioned off and certain protective measures are taken. I guess we can understand what the protective measures are now.
I mean, hey, fuck. Now we know, right, guys?
Seriously.
Well, we knew. Now you know.
God. Okay, hold still. That's all you get.
Sweet.
Well, shall we go inspect the garrison and see what is the situation at hand?
You might as well.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, but keeping you guys, if we do not get there in the 7 days, the train does blow up. So.
Yeah, seriously. Alright.
Okay. So you guys head across the drawbridge and enter the garrison. The garrison, the doors are open. There's no lock, and they aren't like wide open, but like they're open a bit. Yeah, like kept half open basically. As you enter inside, you find on the first floor is a pretty standard. There's sort of two compartments to it. So there's like a dining hall basically with a little kitchen, and an armory. The armory appears to be empty at the moment, aside from like a few spare scraps of like metal and like leather straps and things like that. The dining hall is also cleared out. There's no evidence of anyone there. However, you guys can make further investigation checks if you'd like to explore more in this floor.
Being a
I will draw out my bow, and Noir, new to you guys, starts growing wings, and gets a lot more scaly,
my.
spitting a matte black color, and drooling acid that is currently, I guess, like singeing the floor. And I turn back to both of you guys. I believe this is not how a normal garrison. This might be another world, but this looks fishy even to me.
yeah, I'd agree, and I guess kind of pointing at Nora. I guess that's what you meant by changed.
Yes, he looks a bit different.
Just a tad, but cool nonetheless.
Yeah, a tad bit different. That's one way to put it.
Examining around the area, being a garrison, I'd imagine maybe they got some like health potion-esque things.
Yeah, where's a blood pill when you need one?
Exactly.
I mean, so again, this is the first floor. There are 3 distinct floors of this tower, so
Oh,
you can
okay.
do an investigation check on the first floor if you'd like while you're here.
Yeah, I mean, I'll at least look
Uh,
around.
I was like, Nora and Lily would like to make theirs.
Okay, sure.
Do you want me to just roll with advantage since both of us are looking, or 2 separate rolls?
No, that's fine. Lily can roll with advantage. 13 is okay. Vera.
21.
Okay, so Vera finds the most out of you 3. You notice 3 things of note. First of all, the dining hall, the chairs are kind of in a weird ordering. So you get the sense that like people were in those chairs, and then the chairs were sort of dragged like away from the table while people were still in them, and just sort of left in kind of this strange ordering. Second, you do notice these sort of drag marks in the dust of individuals being dragged outside. Quite a few of them.
Dragged
Uh,
outside against their will, specifically.
you don't get any sense of any struggle in any of this. It's not like a fight has broken
Okay.
out or anything like that. The third thing that you notice is that between the kitchen and the armory, you get the sense that this place has been looted of anything of value.
Ugh, of course. Oh,
Before we get into combat, which I don't know if we will, I'd like to change my damage type to radiant because it's cool.
Okay.
'Cause it's
What would you guys
so it's
like to do next?
well, obviously I relay that information to everyone, and then I go, well, should we continue to the second floor?
I guess no point in staying here. I agree.
Yeah.
All right. The second floor, it is basically just a small staircase that leads up to it. Change that. It contains the sleeping quarters. So basically, there's a bunch of bunk beds essentially arranged in a circle. There is like a small, like basically like a living room area. There's a table set up. It currently has a game of Emperor's Gambit half finished on it that was left in place apparently. There are foot lockers near most of the bunk beds. They are all opened and mostly empty aside from like small scraps of clothes that don't look particularly valuable.
Okay. I investigate this one too, I guess.
Okay.
I specifically,
I specifically want to look for a
Sing-
saddle, by the way.
Weird. Weird.
so anyway,
thing that I want to do.
seeing that most of the stuff's like clothing items, I want to walk over to this Emperor's Gambit game, and look at it and try to decide which side was winning and who's gonna catch that dub.
Okay. You can make a tactics check, and you can add your proficiency to it as well, since you're proficient in Emperor's Gambit.
Is there a way I can do that easily, or do I just situational bonus like +2?
Situational bonus. Yeah.
Okay. Is our proficiency's 2 right now, right?
Okay. You do your best. These are some. To be fair, these are like it's an unfamiliar board to you, and some of the units that are being used are a little bit unconventionally placed. With Lily and Vera, you guys investigate the area. There is evidence of people being dragged around now that you kind of know what to look for. Fewer than were dragged downstairs, but a decent number.
To make sure, I do the same necrotic thing and knock an arrow. Does a light of radiance appear?
Yeah, there's basically just the straight beam of light.
Okay, cool. All right, just making sure. Next floor we go until we get to the top, I guess.
So I want to grab the Emperor's Gambit stuff and put it in my like little inventory thing.
Okay. You can add an Emperor's Gambit set to your inventory.
Fuck yeah! This is what I've been waiting for, baby.
The 27 points of damage was well worth it.
Hell yeah!
So on the top floor, unlike the other things, once you got inside the garrison, like the front door was fairly well fortified, but after that there wasn't any like particular like defenses or anything like that. At the top of the third set of stairs, there is like this door, but it's been clearly like broken in. So someone came up with like some sort of large metal or wood like a mini battering ram, basically, and just broke the door down. It looked like a fairly well reinforced wooden door before it was broken down.
Hey, Father
Uh,
God. Oh, sorry.
yeah.
Keep going. I thought you were done. No, keep going. You're good.
Um, Inside of the room itself, there is basically a number of small chests that have been opened. And in the center of the room, there's this large sort of formation of it's this basically this like chalky greenish substance, basically arranged like a cage, not like a cage for a person, but just you know, cubicle in nature.
And this is what is it? The chalky green, yeah, chalky green substance is just like on the ground, like it's just.
Well, it's like a structure, like built into the
Oh,
floor.
okay, gotcha. Um, so there's like a hole in the ground.
No, so it's like like I said, so it's like a cage that's sort of built into the ground there, into the floor, with the green chalky bars up in the air. Uh, there's nothing currently in the cage.
Okay.
Hockey.
And then meta-wise, our Lord and Savior, how long is a short rest?
Short rest is 10 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, seeing the cage, and nothing. Is the cage open, by the way? Like these bars? Is there a?
There's no obvious way to open the cage.
Okay.
It is, however, empty. Like it doesn't have a top section, so it's like there's no. If you jumped high enough, you could jump into it or jump out of it.
Interesting. Okay.
Like I said, it doesn't
could
really
I-
look designed to like keep a human in there.
Yeah, could I see if I notice any like particular animal stuff? Whether it's like feathers, fur, scales.
Yeah, you can make a perception check with advantage.
While they are examining this thing, can I plop down? I guess I'd even ask y'all. I'd be like, "Hey, I don't know if we're gonna run into anything, but I'm just can we just take a short break so I can regain myself a little bit? That shock took a bit out of me."
I think we're gonna have to, unfortunately.
Okay.
All right. So I was like,
so-
if I can take a short rest and they can like examine and do things,
Yeah,
if that's okay.
fine.
All right.
Okay, with an 18, yeah, there's no sign of anything animal related in this room. Whatever the cage for, you don't get the sense it was an animal.
Okay.
Is there anything else you guys would like to do up there?
Do I-
I
Is new data recovered limited use, which recharge per
So
day?
that was it on the third floor.
Okay.
Yeah. And like I
Okay.
said, it's just a small empty chests and this cage.
keep on keeping on.
Yeah, I sit up feeling a lot better, and I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to go.
So, okay, but this green chalky stuff, it's the material that makes the cage.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, could I get a sorry? Yeah, actually, good point. Could I try to make some mana sense and see if there's any like abnormal or like weird fabrics that shouldn't be here? Like the flow
Sure.
of
You can make a mana sense check.
it doesn't have the je ne sais quoi of this room. Hmm?
If you will.
Okay. With a 20, I'll say you extend your threads to reach out and try to feel and interweave with these other substances in the room. As you try to do so with the green chalk, you lose feeling in those threads that you reach out to it. You don't get any sense. It's like a mana black hole.
I believe the chalk either inhibits or absorbs mana. We should be treading very lightly with whatever was in there.
Hmm.
Are there stairs to go higher? Is that
No, this is the top floor,
okay?
as far as you can tell, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay. And this cage does not look like anyone's broken out of it or anything, right?
No, there's no obvious sign of damage to the cage.
Okay.
Mm,
Weird.
Alright.
And there's nothing. Is there anything else in the room with us on this third floor?
No, like I said, it's just that and the chests.
And the
Uh,
chest.
We could go back to the first floor, and Noir could fly around and see what he sees.
Yeah, I mean, might be our best bet at this point.
Did we already open the chest?
They were empty, right?
They were empty. Yeah, they were
Okay.
already open and empty.
Huh. Okay.
Just,
Yeah.
just based off of like the nature of the chest versus like the foot lockers and what else you've seen, you get the sense they probably did contain something of value. They're more elaborate and fancy than the other things you've seen.
And looking at this castle from the outside, because like obviously we would have seen it walking up. Do we see this like bottom fourth section? Like, does this seem like this is a section that exists, or does it just seem like the base of it?
It seems like the base of it.
Okay. Then yeah, I think having the Noir fly around might be our best bet.
Okay. I guess I will say there are like windows for the top floor that you can open if you'd like to send Noir out of one of them.
Sure, yeah, go ahead and do that.
Okay. Noir can make a perception check with advantage as he flies around the tower there.
When we walked into the tower, did we see any drag marks like leading outside the tower?
No, but you weren't looking for it at the time. No one mentioned anything about that.
Fair.
Okay, with an 18, yeah. So as it turns out, having a pet that can fly actually is pretty useful when it comes to identifying tracks. So
Cool.
you see, or Noir's rather, well, Lily sees through Noir's eyes,
There we go.
a large group of tracks heading east, including the drag marks. So there's tracks in addition to the drag marks now that you can see more clearly in the dirt, or Noir can see, or Lily. Lily and Noir.
Nilly. Well, the tracks lead east, and with them, not only the tracks of a group, but the drag marks as well.
Well, should I?
With an 18, I mean, there's a limit to like the detail that you can get from the air. But the footmarks that are like by the drag marks are relatively small, like smaller than like a normal human's would be.
And they might not be completely human. Hopefully, they're just not dwarfs. Oh, hopefully they are. I changed my statement.
Well, this I guess should be fun either way. I suppose we're just following him, huh?
Yep, on to the tracking.
What did the butler tell us? What was his excuse for the train stopping or whatever?
The garrison didn't signal correctly, or the way they were supposed to, and in case of emergencies, this was like the protocol, right?
That's the sense that Lily got, at least.
Okay.
I mean, that is
Oh.
you're remembering correctly.
Okay.
Okay.
Good answer. Good answer.
All right. Make our way east then.
Yeah, follow the tracks.
Okay. Sure. It takes about 3 hours. I mean, it's up to you guys. So hour 1 goes by as you're just sort of trekking along. Hour 2, hour 3, and you do finally come to this little road that the tracks shift onto. The road is not maintained at all. It's like overgrown and stuff. And I will say this will be maybe not literally dusk, but getting towards it at this point, as you guys spent your time investigating and now traveling. You find yourselves at the edge of what appears to be a ruined small village or small farm area. Boop. And we will put you guys
Pee pee poof.
Mm.
here.
And is it just one drag track that we're seeing?
No, several.
Several. Okay. Like several.
I'll say, yeah, you guys have been following it for a while. So, just in terms of numbers, you get the sense that the pairs of footprints, no more than probably 6 or 7, and the drag marks no more than 3 or 4.
Okay, and do we have an idea of how many people were in the garrison?
There were enough bunk beds, enough bed space for about 10 people.
Okay. Okay, and we did not. Okay. All right. That's all the questions I have for now.
And walking up, I mean, do we see what we see here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there is this strange small green creature in this like very too large robe. It's sort of prancing around by this rock, and it snaps its fingers, and a little spark of lightning sort of slams the ground next to it. It snaps its fingers again, and a bit of like a fireball goes off, just a small one, as it is sort of dancing around happily. In its other hand, it appears to have some sort of glowing item.
Ring. Some would say.
Dude, is he
As
gonna
he's yelling,
eat?
"My precious."
Dude, is he gonna eat the ring?
Dude, finally. Oh, we finally get the canon ending to Lord of the Rings.
Yes, let's go. So he
I
is
do not know
wasting.
about-
Like, if we just wait long enough, right? He just wastes his spell slots, right? Like that's.
Exactly.
It's a funny thought.
Foolproof plan.
Well, I don't know about your guys' style of combat in a large area, but I would like to sneak around and gather more information before we just disturb his.
Yeah,
beautiful
I would like to
tent.
know exactly
I would-
how many are.
I would definitely agree. So this, for starters, this thing in front of us. What are we looking at? This little stone. Thing right
It's
here.
the ruins of some sort of structure. It's basically a stone wall now at this point.
Okay. So we have a few options, ladies and gents.
I recommend the right side. Left side looks too open for me.
Left side open. Also climbing on top of something might not be a bad shout. Like over here. Seeing if we can gain any more vision over the top. Do I deem this tree to our right to be taller than this? The stone walls that are ruined.
I mean, maybe a little taller, not that much taller.
Okay.
I mean, you have to climb pretty high on it to get taller.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I suppose we just kind of make our way down this right side. Are we all in agreement?
Yeah, I'd like to be pretty perpendicular to this wall, or parallel to this wall, sorry.
Chugoo.
Move up a little bit.
Da, 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 da,
I would like to be in the back of the group, but just to
Yeah.
signify where we're going.
Oh shit.
So, I mean, you guys kind of get a little sense of what you can see on the right there. There is another one of those small green creatures. It is sitting down at the moment, and it appears to just be like rolling these little pebbles on the ground back and forth. Awake, but bored.
How?
In the distance, you see these individuals basically just leaned up against the wall, sort of slumped against it. They have golden armor on. And they're bigger than the small green creatures.
And like, there's clearly no tension between the two of them, at least as of right now.
There's the slumped figures don't appear to be moving. At least you can't tell if they are from this distance.
Okay. Was it like the goblin is really paying them no mind, or at least the small
No.
green creature rather?
No.
Okay. Well,
I would like to trek more this way and make our way.
off to the right.
Peer, like past this wall at
Off the
least.
side, yeah, I think that's fine.
I'll go. I guess I was gonna say Noir can go first, but go if it's all good.
Okay. All of you guys can make stealth checks with advantage.
Yes, sir. Dude,
Stealth checks with advantage.
I've had I think like 4 good rolls, and 3 of them have been for nonsense. I'm gonna lose my mind.
Ooh, okay. I think the average would be higher than a 13. I think with the 21.
Yeah.
Just barely.
So yeah. So you guys do manage to sneak over there. The goblin or the small green creature does not appear to notice you at the moment.
Can I? Oh, go ahead. What were you saying?
I was gonna probably same question you were gonna do.
Yeah. So kind of like
put
peeking my
myself
head
blind.
around the corner. Yeah. Can I like move my token one over to see? Yeah. Okay. Just kind of poking my head around, and then you know giving this info that I'm seeing. Four peeps chilling over here with one really big one, 3 average ones, and the little green monster boy.
Well, I say we take out the green monster while he is not looking, and maybe those are the guards from the tower.
How far away is the little guy?
Do the
Uh,
far enough.
yeah, he's a little too far.
Just to let you guys know how I tend to rule like surprise rounds. Basically, it's usually just one person who gets to have a surprise attack, so to speak, and then everyone just rolls for initiative normally.
Do these people over here being schlumped, do they look unconscious, tied up? Like, what's the vibes?
You can make a perception check.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Perception? Hello, it exists. Yeah. Dude, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. I'm fine. It's fine. It's really not. It's not a big deal. Like, I'm super chill, actually. This is really cool.
You're not sure.
Thanks, God.
I got you.
I guess maybe I recommend Noir having the initial contact, but if Axel and Vera would like to sneak to here, that might be worth it distance-wise.
Sure. I should point out that is kind of in the creature's line of sight, like from here to there. So it would just be a straight stealth check as opposed to one with advantage.
I could sneak up. Okay, hold on. Let me peek around this left side here. Can I go one over to peek around this left side?
Yeah, you could.
Okay. So do I I'm assuming this little magic green monster over here is not paying too much attention to this zone. At least it seems.
The issue is that he's going around in like circles, so his line of sight is there occasionally.
It's just flipping around. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ignore that.
I don't know how you would deem this. Could I like get closer on this left side when his back is turned and still have like Noir's action go off? Does that make sense? Or is that a little too much? A little too much cooking. Basically, I'm just trying to get Axel closer because since I'm melee, I don't want to be too far away to start the combat. So I was wondering if like I could kind of basically time it where I kind of like give like a go signal. Noir takes his full turn, and I just get like a little bit of movement to like move up to like here or something.
Okay. Sure.
I was like just trying to get a little closer in the wizard's blind spot to make my way in.
Yeah. All right. So Axel, when the wizard has its back turned, you can go and make an insight check.
Oh, fuck off. We should have saved this for next time because my rolls are shit tonight.
Okay, with a 14, you estimate, you get a sense of the wizard and his sort of behavior pattern.
His routine.
So you wait for a moment where he is going to be like looking away for a sizable period of time. You can give the signal.
All right, yeah. I mean, I would give a little bang, like a little hand running forward.
All right, and that's where we'll kick off on the next session.
Oh.